There we go. That's a good way to start that. Get a good burp going. I like it. I like it. What? Alright, YouTube, do your thing. Oh, wait, yeah. I'm sure y'all plugged in there, charger. There we go. Don't want that shit turned off unconditionally. What do I do with it? Nah, whatever. Probably gonna need to charge those in a little bit. I'm gonna have to go back and forth on charging shit. That's always gonna be fun. Also, another crazy day of weather. Like, today was like kind of raining, but while I was at work, I didn't see it this time, but there was like a flash flood again. Like, apparently it was like raining and building up, and then it just went just like hardcore rain just for a good fat chunk of that. And I was like, damn, dude. I wasn't really expecting that, but I figured it was gonna be raining all day and shit, but not like fucking like constant like hardcore, you know, like it's just like monsoon shit or something. There we go. Space and paper for oil. We sing hallelujah. Little goofy doggo. Where you going, puppy? How you doing, Puppo? This asshole Doge. I would respond a little message from one of my buddies. Dude, one of my friends, like, went on a weird fucking rant, apparently. And it is just really weird. From what I'm reading. And it's over his, like, new neighbors, apparently, I guess. Because I guess he has a problem with them being, like, maybe tweakers? And the fact that they're Latino. It's like, what the fuck? It's like, dude, where did this racist shit come from, bro? It's like, I mean, what the fuck? Because honestly, like, I mean, especially, like, from when I knew him in high school, I mean, it was honestly kind of opposite. Like, him and I used to, like, hang out with our Hispanic friends and shit at their houses. And I always told, like, those fetting Latinos and might be tweaking. It's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, that is definitely some weird shit. What's up, dog? What's up, buddy? Do you need water? So what's going on? There you go. Oh, you still have water in here? Yeah, I'll refill it up and make it fresh for you. And you got food, so I know you ain't bitching about that. Goofy mutt. What's a little mutt? You got water now. It's right there. Was that not it? Was it really not the water? Are you kidding me, dude? I mean, you got food, so I don't know what you could be bitching about. What the, you know, what the hell's going on up here? Got crazy ass curls going on. Could just get all this nice and fancy, do something with that, but I don't know, like. But yeah, I'd rather just like kind of let whatever's going on here kind of dangle do its thing. I'm okay with that. But whatever the hell's going on this side, I'm not too sure. I'm not really too sure if I'm vibing with that one. Hey! Dude, what the hell? You can't even get your fucking, like, chair all nice and good? Sit in your chair. Go. Sit. What's up, boy? Why are you being barky? What's up, you little sweet fluff? You just, you know, Oh, who's a big fluff? Who's a big fluffy? What? You goofy mutt? What? What are you looking at, dude? Is there something you need from me? Is there really something, like, you gotta be kidding me, dude. Is there something that you need here? It looks like you need your nose blown. What a goof. Hey, don't be... Are you trying to eat cherries now? What is with you, dude? Alright, fine, here. What, you want a little treat? There you go. Well, now you're just holding on to it. Now you don't even want it? What a weirdo. That dog is just such a weirdo. Ooh, that felt good. Oh. Yeah, let's see what's going on for the tube, you know. Let's see what's happening for the news. Let's see what little things are going down, if there is anything. Which unfortunately I feel like there probably won't be much. There hasn't really been that much news. Search underway for a submersible that disappeared on trip to Titanic. There's a lot of news about that. So, I guess now everyone's focused on the submersible. Which I was reading up about that at least. And apparently the subs, like, that were being used weren't even, like, you know, properly maintained and shit, because there were a few people that, like, prior to the little expedition thing that they did, like, it basically, like, they were saying that, like, there was, like, issues with the actual, like, vessel itself, where there was even, like, some leaks, and the sub itself is basically the size of a minivan. So, like, you know, it could fit literally at most 5 people, and you're, like, literally squat, like, in squat position, stuck in there. Like, you can't really move. So, it's like, it kind of sounds shitty, frankly. I mean, just to see it wreck in the bottom of the sea. I mean, you know, it just seems kind of lame, you know, to be in that situation. Doesn't seem like it's worth it, but yet, you know, like, despite, you know, issues with these subs, especially when it came to, like, going any deeper than, like, 30 fucking feet, apparently, it's like, this sub still was, you know, being used. So, honestly, now my assumption from, like, earlier today about, like, yeah, they're probably, like, oh no, click on it dead, frankly, that is, honestly, is likely true. I guarantee you the search is not really to see if, like, they're okay or alive. I think it's just to find a wreck. And then just kind of have at least, like, some sort of, like, solace to know what happened. Because, honestly, I guarantee you that's what's going to be. And due to improper maintenance and improper safety conditions taken into consideration, that's one of the main reasons why, and this shit kind of got fucked up. So, you know, and I'm honestly not really too surprised with that. That, you know, we got fucking, you know, like, you know, some company out there that is, like, selling subpar ass, like, fucking, equipment and shit when it comes to, like, you know, submersibles and stuff. Go fig. And, of course, there's only too much else outside of that. Seems like it. I guess now all the news is literally mostly focused on that. It's like, oh my god, we have something we can all, like, you know, focus on that can get people's attention for a while. I'm actually seeing where it is on, like, on the map for where, like, you know, the Titanic is in comparison to where it is, like, with the, like, West Coast. Titanic is actually pretty close. Like, I mean, it's pretty close to Newfoundland. And wait, it was a tour departure site. Wait, so this wasn't even, like, you know, people exploring the wreck just to, like, you know, see if they could find some more shit or something? These were tourists? Wait, so they had they have, like, a whole thing of tourism based on that fucking wreck, dude? Why? just so you can say that you've seen the wreck before, you know, spend $1,000 to like go see it for like 5 minutes, and then like you know, go back up to the surface because the sub fucking sucks and may like fucking depressurize and fucking like crush you due to like, you know, deep sea pressure. Is that what's going on? Just what? I mean, oh my lord. Just, wow. Honestly, that even makes it worse in my mind. The fact that, like, that sub-beam, you know, missing, which frankly, likely, you know, wrecked at this point, and sunk. Like, it's literally a tourism thing. So, well, that explains why it's probably, like, you know, improperly maintained, because you have a company literally cutting corners, you know, on their fucking submarines, and basically, at this point, killed 5 people because of it. Guaranteed that's what happened there. As soon as there's investigation, it's going to realize that the company that, you know, is supposed to be maintaining those fucking things is at fault. And are they going to be punished for it? Nah. Fortunately not. Here, let's see what other things are now. And there's not much on the tube right now. Or maybe I just need to do a little refresh, because shit, there really is not much. So, like, at all. What the fuck? Boo. Has it me seriously been like that fucking slow of a news day today? I mean, is it really? Let's see. Surely there has to be at least a few other random things. At least of some sort. Juneteenth combination of words. Oh shit. Oh yeah, it's Juneteenth today. Oh, cool. I know that much. It means payday for, you know, like for federal holiday pay for one. And for two, good shit. That's cool. I most certainly approve of that. I mean, honestly, any excuse to have like something as a federal holiday so I can get federal holiday pay, and workers abroad can get some federal holiday pay, sounds good to me. Because at least, you know, we get paid a more proper wage of what we should be for at least a day. you know, so hey, I'm okay with that. And plus, at least, you know, it kind of gives something for people to be like, yay, you know, celebrate about. And honestly, it's, you know, something that certainly should be. Because what I would say, that's the day that it was officially, like, put into law that slavery was abolished. Well, at least, you know, exempt in the 13th Amendment. But beyond that, though, I mean, it pretty much is, so I could definitely prove that. Quit burning. Jeez. Quit being toasty. Oops. Oh. That felt good. Ugh. What are you doing over there, Suits? Look at my jackets. Obscuring you. So I can't exactly see you that well. Little mutt. Oh, he's wrapped up in a little ball. Oh, sweet little boy. Sweet little fluff boy, just all wrapped up in a cute little ball. Just adorable. Oh, YouTube at least recommended me some here. Oh, looks like his hand's live. I'm surprised he's actually kind of live in the middle of fucking midnight. Usually he's like fucking, you know, doing live like earlier in the evening, not like super fucking late. I wonder if he's like reacting to anything or something. Checking out a thing or two. I don't know. I'll probably give it a look. Give it a little peruse to see what it might be. Yeah. Let's see what other little things are happening since there basically is like a lack thereof of shit happening today. Everybody saw it too, Juneteenth. Yeah, I'm assuming so. I'm enjoying it mainly because of the federal holiday pay I get out of it. Though at least today, I mean, it didn't seem like, you know, people were really like, you know, celebrating, so to speak, just kind of doing their usual thing. At least around here. But, oh my god, like, there was, like, something about fucking, like, everybody wanting goddamn Dark Meat today. That was just ridiculous. Like, I think for the first time in a long time, I ended up, like, having to make some fried chicken just before I turned one of the fryers off, just because we ended up running out because someone won a bunch. I was just like, fucking god. Definitely one of them days. I mean, in a way where it's like, I mean, it wasn't bad, though. I mean, just because we at least had that third person who came from another store. She's kind of quiet, but, you know, pretty chill. Dark meat? Well, yeah, thighs and legs. Yeah, for chicken. Like, you got the white meat, which is like the wings and the breast, and then you got the dark meat, the thighs and legs. Okay, I know, okay, I kind of realized that out of context that sounded a little weird. But, I mean, honestly, it's just because I'm used to just being like, well, mixed to dark. I mean, I'm so used to that, you know, so it's just like, I mean, all meat matters. I mean, yeah, I mean, it does, honestly. I mean, it's all good. Because all that shit be pretty, I mean, it's all delicious in my mind. Tell that to corporate, because they're the one that had dark meat on sale for $5.99. So, like, it's on their ass for doing that. Boo. Huh. Oh, no. Oh, man, my friend Rip is updating me about our friend Logan. We're going to start listening to Jordan Peterson again, more paranoid than usual in general. Oh my god. I don't know if you were in here earlier when I kind of murmured about it, but dude, my friend Logan might be like getting fucking a little weird, dude. I mean, there's already been a few things of sussiness that I've heard from him, but this takes the cake in my mind, honestly. Like, cause this is what Rip says, like, damn, Logan's kind of going on an unhinged rant. I was like, uh-oh, what's he saying? And I was saying, wait, hold on, okay, for some reason cut off, I gotta need to do this real quick, okay, so then I said, after that, where's the start of this? Yeah, wait, where is the talk, where is the start of this? Okay, here it is. But I said, and at least today on Telegram, I guess, but Jesus, what could possibly be getting his goat this time? Why do I partly feel like his neighbors aren't being the problem here? By the way, I was correct. He thinks they are tweakers and is pissed off that they're Latino. That's what my friend said, Rip City. He's like, and I say he's pissed that they're Latino, what? So just some racist ass rant for no reason outside that they may be tweakers. And he apparently says that he wants Asian neighbors. I don't know, the rant was pretty unhinged. He also is all pissed that the townhouse isn't very clean. Which, by the way, he literally moved, like, down the block from where he initially lives, which he lives right off of fucking 82nd. So it's just like, what the fuck do you expect, my dude? It's like, you're right off of 82nd. Like, what do you expect, my guy? And also, it's like, why do you want Asian neighbors? Why is that, like, such a weird why is that such a weird specificity? Like, it's so weirdly specific. And honestly, I mean, if you think about it, like, I mean, if you hear about, like, you know, some of these white supremacist types, there actually is, like, a little bit of, like, an overlap of that idea. Because, think about it. Like, because there are, like, people who are white supremacists that will kind of, like, exempt Asian people because of certain elements about their culture, mainly of stereotypes, frankly, of stereotypical aspects about what they think their culture is, not what it actually is. Plus, he got, like, a bunch of weird right-wing anime weeaboo freaks and shit. He got that. But outside of that, like, a lot of the stereotype is that, you know, there's this whole idea that, oh, they're very smart because they're good at math, and they have super hyper-strict family, you know, structures, you know, that are very super strict and very hierarchically ordered. You know, and those are things that white supremacists, especially when it comes to traditional family values, is something that they are very heavily supportive of. And they think that, like, they are the superior race anyway. But if, like, but the thing is, like, if you got, like, you know, a stereotype about another race that's, like, basically, at least when it comes to certain things, more smarter than you, then at least by proxy you're going to make an exception and say, well, they're the good ones. Like, there's a lot of white supremacists and, like, fasci, like, neo-Nazi types that will unironically make those points. I've seen it before. Like, I mean, they will do that. So, it's, I mean, the idea that, like, you know, him saying, oh, I want Asian neighbors, you know, and, like, I'd rather them be Asian than any other minority, honestly is kind of fucking, like, saying, really is kind of damning and says something a little bit. Like, who in the fuck is he, like, getting exposed to where he's thinking this shit? Because, like, what the fuck, bro? I don't think I've heard him, like, get, like, that weird about shit. I've heard him say some weird takes before, but, like, I mean, that, like, what you're telling me, honestly, kind of takes the cake of, like, some wild takes he's had. Mainly because I don't think I've, like, had, like, you know, I don't know all the specific details of what he was talking about, but from what you were, like, you know, like, wait, hold on. He would rather than be Asian than white. You run on a rant about Mexicans and then followed up with a rant about white tweakers. So, this is also, weirdly enough, kind of on par with, like, white supremacist talking points and shit. Dude, who the fuck is he listening to? Because I know enough about, like, neo-Nazistic, like, fascist ideology to know that this is that is some stuff that they will fucking, like, you know, push and shit. So, like, who the fuck is he really listening to, dude? Like, who, well, like, what is it, like, I mean, that needs to, like, get pinned down. Like, I mean, who is he, like, for politics and shit? Like, who is he, like, actually, like, you know, delving into? Jordan Peterson. Well, the thing is, Jordan Peterson doesn't go that deep into shit. Like, he's a gateway to it, but that's kind of the problem, too. Like, he's a gateway to shit like this. I mean, him, you know, for a while, being kind of into him, partly kind of opened that door. Honestly, I have to take a guess. There's probably a couple other people who's listening to now. I definitely would guarantee he's listening to people like Joe Rogan. For sure. He seems to go pretty fucking deep. JP is pretty damn fascist. Yeah, Jordan Peterson is, like, a pretty overtly fascist, especially at this point, because of how unhinged he is. But he's not, like, talking about, like, the superiority of the white race and shit like that. He codes it very specifically. Which, I mean, you know, it's why people can say that, oh, well, you're just throwing Nazi around, you know, because he ain't, and blah, blah, blah. You know, even though he is. You know, it's like, he just is very, code-worded about that. He was pissed off at Rogan about his COVID bullshit. Like, I mean, is he really, like, you know, pissed off at him, or does he just, like, disagree with him and thinks, you know, that's, like, one of his more bad takes? Oh, dude, you know, speaking of which, yeah, like, you know, he had RFK about Wi-Fi and shit, how it gives you cancer and literally, quote-unquote, leaky brain. RFK was like, it gives you a leaky brain. Like, there's no Wi-Fi cancer thing and gives you a leaky brain. He sounds like a literal fucking ghoul from Fallout. Can we just say that? Like, he literally sounds like a goddamn ghoul from Fallout. Like, oh my god, clear your throat out or something, my dude. It's fuck grifter. What the fuck is he running for a Democrat? I mean, and that, and also he's like legit, pretty equivocal to someone who's like Alex Jones. I'm not even kidding. Like, I mean, he literally thinks there's like different chemicals and shit that, you know, can cause, you know, different gender and sexual dysphoric things and shit. Like, he literally thinks that, like, some of this whole, like, you know, like, I mean, he kind of, you know, like, maybe not openly, but indirectly, and, like, in some part kind of believes this anti-trans shit, because he thinks there's, like, chemicals in, like, the water and stuff that unironically make, you know, him, or at least, like, make, you know, people potentially, like, trans or gay and shit, because he thinks that's a bad thing. Like, he unironically thinks is bad. Does RFK agree with Democrats on? I don't really fucking know. But Democrats like him because he has Kennedy in the name. Like, I mean, because even though Americans will bitch and moan about, like, nepotism in politics, they sure love to suck the cock of every nepotistic family dynastic name that, you know, happens to, you know, be in the mainstream. Like, it doesn't matter who it is. Like, you'll always find people licking their dick. And they don't care about what their politics is. They literally would have, like, you know, one of the big names that they're familiar with, like Kennedy or Bush or any of these other names. You'll always have, like, some dick rider for them. You know, so it's like, I mean, RFK ain't no different, especially for someone like him, because he's a Kennedy. Like, I mean, that's a national, like, dynasty name. That ain't, like, you know, some sort of, like, a political dynasty name. I mean, like, you know, it's like where it's like more affiliated towards, like, you know, like the Clintons, you know, more affiliated towards like a Democrat dynasty versus like the Bushes being more like Republican dynastic, you know, political name, you know, right? So it's like, you know, someone like a Kennedy is more of like it transcends that in a way where it's just broadly national and shit. I fucking hate this YouTube update. Get rid of this heart blocking the damn comments. Dude, I don't know what that is, but I hate it too. I don't see it, but honestly, I have seen it. Like, every now and then, and honestly, I do fucking... Is there a way for me to get rid of it? Like, I mean, if there's a setting to where I can remove it, then I'll do that, you know, when I can post-haste. But if not, then, oh my god. Like, holy shit, it needs to go away. It's so annoying. I don't even see it, but I can already tell it's going to be annoying. Because what if I'm, like, you know, doing this on desktop or some shit, and I'm, like, you know, looking at my, you know, stream just to make sure the playback's all good, and I literally see a spam of hearts. It's like, fuck, I don't want that. It's like, Jesus. And also, what's that supposed to mean anyway? Like, are the hearts meant to be like likes? Like, cause I mean, what's it really supposed to mean? Like, unless it, like, you know, helps boost me in the algorithm or something, I don't want it. I don't care. Like, I mean, what's it really supposed to do? Besides just show that there are people that like your content, I guess? Even Chrome, maybe even Chrome I should try. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's, you know, ways to get rid of it. I'm sure maybe YouTube probably does have something, but I'm not too sure, honestly. Use the BotFight app to remove ads. Yeah, I don't get why it's there. I mean, if there's at least, you know, some setting, at least on YouTube itself, for me to get rid of it, that'd be nice. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna fucking see. Would I go to YouTube Studio for that? Or settings? Okay, maybe. No, okay, I found something. I know it's called. Well, I found the live chat settings, but this is literally the only option. I can potentially hold inappropriate messages in my live chat for review, which wouldn't do me anything being on Streamlabs. So So I mentioned it. Oh, so you got the inspect command to get rid of it? Yeah, well, yeah, it looks like, I mean, at least, you know, for... oh, that's what does, spams emojis on your stream. They'll come back next time it's not permanent. Ah. Well, I mean, that's still fucking annoying. I mean, honestly, though. Like, I mean, I'm not even someone that has to, like, directly deal with it right now, but, like, what the hell? That is still annoying and stupid. Same feature scammers used to make you think that your bank account balance is higher than it should be, and then you owe them gift cards. Okay, we're at 35%. I'm gonna charge my Bluetooth. Make sure that don't die. Because it's blinking red. Don't want that to die. It died on me while I was at work and I was sad. I had a hunch that I should have brought my charger when I went on my last break, when I took that with me, and I knew I should have went with my gut. I was listening to, you know, a good banger, and I was just like kind of, you know, getting in the vibe, and all of a sudden it just like stopped and went... And I looked over to my Bluetooth and went, oh, it died. I was sad. It saddened me. Honestly, like, I've just been bringing my Bluetooth, like, you know, to, you know, like, you know, just for work at this point for, like, the last, like, week or so, and literally no one cares. In fact, I've actually seen a few, either customers or even, like, the night crew, you know, the first, like, shift of night crew coming in, and will, you know, hear some of my shit, and will be like, yeah, I'll get that every now and then. I'm like, okay, you know what? I get more approval than disapproval for this, so I don't give a shit. I'm just gonna keep doing it. Yeah, it's a JBL. It actually used to be my former roommate Drew's, but because I was using it way more than him, he just eventually kind of gave it to me. I mean, I want to give him the money for it, because, I mean, I was actually going to pay him for it, or at least buy my own, but because I'm still waiting for my card right now, I mean, I'm just gonna give him the money for it and, you know, let him get another one. But, yeah, I mean, because honestly, it's a little better than the other one that I have, which is the Anchor SoundCloud speaker. But it's not as, like, bassy or, like, full, so to speak. And, it's also not, like, and also for some reason, like, if it's like too quiet, or if, like, you know, like, for example, like, you know, if I have it sitting here and nothing's playing right now, like, I'm gonna play this because, like, you're hearing that little outro bit from that song I was just playing. Like, for the Anchor, it will actually take a second before, like, after I press play, for that to actually play. Like, it'll give it a second to and then play. I mean, it doesn't, like, you know, backlog, it just plays to where it is to the video, but for some reason it, like, boots up or something before it actually starts playing. It's not like, and it's not like, you know, something that overly annoys me, but it is just kind of a little tiny pet peeve. Just a little one. I'll probably just downgrade to the old version later. I got a burrito to make eat. A nice burrito. Yeah, the little guitar noise. Yeah. Honestly, speaking of which, I mean, I'm kind of, like, getting a little bit more into, my, thing over here with my little music project idea. Kind of, worked in a little more. Mostly just with song titles, predominantly. And, but I kind of want to get another little head start on, like, at least another set of lyrics. Which I'll probably have to do, you know, like, on this page, because like, I mean, because I got this one, like, this is the first draft of one song. That's just, like, one chunk of it. This is the other chunk of it on another full page. And, that's not, and this isn't, like, and I was thinking about it, looking at lyrics, this isn't even halfway through the fucking song that I'm thinking about lyrically wise. And the thing is, it's just like, I mean, main reason why is because these two things are more narration pieces. Like, so when a song begins, you get, like, the narration, it's like, "I hero befelled by atomic fire rises to the Herren de Martyrum." you know, or, you know, like whatever the fuck. Like, so there's at least going to be, you know, some narration aspects, so that's kind of why it's lengthy in this part. But there's also a little bit in here too, so that's why it's like fuck, because it's more of a narrative, you know, type of thing. Ignore a 15-minute song. Well, actually thinking about it, I was starting to think about it, and because I already have a draft of this song, I was starting to realize and think, like, I technically will have 2 long-ass songs. I would have this one, which would be a part 2 of a part 1, because the part 1 is supposed to be the grand big battle where, you know, the main character dies and, like, and transcends into, like, you know, like, basically the equivalent of, like, you know, like an angelic, like, demigod type of character, essentially, where he's, like, you know, obviously, like, it's kind of hard to explain, basically. I mean, essentially, he goes into, like, what I would, you know, basically the equivalent of, like, Elysium or, like, the Realm Mars, but it's like, yo, your time is not ready yet. You must go back and fulfill your destiny, and we're gonna give you an upgrade. Boop! Upgraded, and goes back into, like, you know, basically the fucking just badass, like, you know, just, like, evolves like a Pokemon a little bit. But, like, on top of it, I actually was also listening to some of the, because the main influence is going to be via Star Fox. Like, the idea is to, like, kind of use its kind of general basis of, like, some elements of its world, you know, it's kind of build off from, you know, from this whole, you know, broader concept. And I was listening to some of the Star Fox OST, and I honestly forgot how, 1, awesome it was, and 2, how actually fucking realistically, how easy it's actually going to be kind of be to interweave that shit into what I'm thinking about. Because, like, a lot of it has, like, kind of this, like, fanfare, pomp, and circumstance, like, you know, like, you know, just kind of like, you know, some you would hear in, like, some, like, you know, fanfare shit, right? And also kind of has, like, this, you know, like, some military-esque kind of, like, drum beat shit. And from what I was kind of thinking about, I'm like, you know, I was wanting to incorporate that for sure, because I knew that was there, and listening to some of the OSTs from, especially, like, the first 2 Star Fox games, I'm like, oh, fuck. You know, because I want to at least, like, you know, adapt, you know, some of the, certain themes for certain, like, OST themes, you know, for, like, certain characters and shit. Like, I definitely want to adapt, like, Andross's theme, which is very atmospherical and, like, kind of grim dark, so it's, like, that one is going to be a little bit more up for my own interpretation. But some of them, like Star Fox, seem like that one's, you know, would kind of be easy to expand with. Because, I mean, there's at least, like, kind of a set, you know, like, you know, rhythm and, like, kind of a set, like, key and shit. So I can at least kind of work around that and kind of go from there. But for, like, some of these other themes, I'm just like, I'm just gonna have to be left up to interpretation. I'm just gonna have to figure it out, honestly. And thinking about it, like, I do have some ideas, but I haven't really gotten to that part yet. I want to at least kind of establish at least a few lyrics and a few other things, you know, before I kind of start getting into that. Because I need to get with my other buddy to at least kind of, you know, spitball a few musical ideas, more specifically, you know, at that point. But I haven't followed up with him that yet. I'm going to do that with Loud and Lit. You know, once we all get together, you know, during that time, you know, I'm going to talk to him more about that. I'm going to bring that along with me just so, you know, I can kind of, you know, sit down with him at least, you know, in between the rides and stuff, you know, during the little pit stops, you know, to, you know, kind of spitball things and, you know, see what he thinks about it more broadly and some of the other ideas and shit. And maybe if he has other ideas and shit, you know, that, you know, could be incorporated too. He actually sent me a few songs because I told him I wanted to make kind of like a part, like a concept album EP, but also kind of like a somewhat of a cover album too, a little bit, you know. And he gave me a couple songs, one from Cloven Hoof that I think would do really well, which actually, you know what, let me find that, because it's a really good song that he sent me. Reach for the Sky, which honestly, even the name of the title of the song works really well. Reach for the Sky, it's like, alright, hell yeah. Getting your R-Wings and reach for the sky and fucking obliterate shit in the cosmic space and shit. It's like, dude, fuck it. Like, it already kind of comes into mind a little bit. I'm like, I feel it, you know? It's like, dude, that works. And it's also, like, old school, like, British power metal, too. So I was like, alright. Because I've been looking at, like, a lot of more newer, you know, stuff, but, like, you know, I definitely got to at least, you know, kind of take some inspiration for some older shit too. Because I can see a very heavy modernized version of this, like, at least in the idea that I'm thinking about. Like a little EDM synth intro with that, like that, you know, and then right here you get some of that heavy shit. Kind of keep it like in a more traditional route with this part. There's another part, I think it will come up here pretty soon. There's another part where I think it will do really good in halftime. Which halftime is basically the same tempo, but you're just doing it like half this time. I think it's about to come up. It's the bridge. It's somewhere around here. I think it comes after this. I was also thinking that halftime will work. Now at some point I know there was like a spot in the song I was thinking it would go for good for halftime. Actually I think it might be in the second chorus. I think that's where I was thinking it would work good in. Hey! Don't do that! I know, like, I could definitely think of, like, having, like, some different, like, synths in the background for this, though. Especially, like, a little bit of, like, this fanfare-esque kind of synth a little bit with it. I think it'll work really well. So, definitely glad my friend recommended me this as a potential, like, cover to do. Honestly, I kind of want to see if there at least might be an instrumental version to at least, you know, see if I could do, like, a vocal iteration of it. Well, there doesn't look like it. I'm kind of curious to see what if there actually is like, well, I guess karaoke's, I suppose, you know, of this band. And no, there ain't. There actually, oh, wow, considering how old this band is, I would have figured it'd at least be a few, but there ain't. This band's been around since the 80s. Oh, actually, you know what? This is where I think halftime will work, during the solo period. Like, this is where the halftime, I think, would work really well. During, like, the solo part where it's in that bridge. I mean, just kind of a little bit more of a slow, you know, kind of drag out, and then go back to that heavy part right here, where it's just like, you know, like, I feel like, you know, there could be a really good cover of this. So I want to, like, you know, get with my friend and talk about that a little more, see if, yeah, at least, like, some of the ideas that, you know, I'm thinking about, you know, spitballing and shit, you know, someday be down for. Because at this point, it sounds like he is down to, you know, work with the project, but it's just more about setting our schedules, you know, to make sure that they're aligned so we can actually set time aside to do it. That's only the really thing that would prohibit us, because I do have the ability and means to, because of my friend, but we just have to make sure that we can have shit aligned so we can, you know, at least spend some time to work on it. And also, I'll at least see if maybe, like, predominantly his drummer for Atomic Terror might be open for it. Because that would be literally the only thing that I would be kind of like really hoping for. It's like, out of anything, I would really need a drummer. Because I could do a MIDI with it, but that wouldn't really be as like good, you know? So I definitely want to at least do that, or just get one myself. But I don't really have a place for it. I mean, eventually, but it's like right now I don't. So I would definitely need to figure that part out. But you know what? I'm ambitious this year, so we'll fucking figure it out. Because, I mean, shit, I'm gonna figure out how to at least, you know, do this fucking project. Because I want to at least, you know, get, you know, a possibility, or at least try to perform, you know, with some of this. Because if so, then I feel like there could be at least a little bit of success and at least establish more potential to expand and explore the concept. Because I definitely want to. Like, the more I've been, like, working on it, the more I've been, like, thinking more ahead, you know, like, with other song ideas that would frankly be for, like, potential future, like, a future album or something. And I'm just like, fuck, I need to stop thinking that way. Getting way too ambitious on that one. Need to at least kind of keep it more set to what I'm working with instead, because I mean it's kind of hard to think, to like do that, especially when you start really expanding on an idea like that, especially so early on, because you have to get like that shit established. But it's like if you can't really get it like totally established yet, but working so far ahead like that, it ends up being kind of a clusterfuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, my douse that fucking, like, got stuck in my bowl. You know what? I was just thinking, is there, like, Star Fox, like, metal covers out there? Let me see. No shit, there actually is, okay. It's all, like, the Corneria theme. Or Corneria? Yeah. It's all that theme. Okay. Up here. I feel like, okay, I'm loving it so far, but it needs to be like, maybe it's just like a slight critique, but it needs a little bit more like chug. But I like it. Yeah, this shit will work. Okay, yeah, this is making me more confident in my, like, concept I want to do. Dude, I'm liking this. Here, let me pull the screen up on this guy. This guy's good. And actually, because I do want to incorporate the same theme, the Corneria theme, this actually is good reference, when it comes to the guitar rhythm, to know where it is on his frets, because he is showing that. I mean, I definitely would be doing it a little differently myself personally. But I mean, honestly, this gives me a kind, like, it's actually, wow, I'm glad I just looked it up, because like this gives me a good kind of like, this also gives me a little bit of foundation too about like, all right, like some other ideas of sounds too. On top of that, also realizing how much it actually works. Like it will fucking work. Like, the more I'm, like, delving into, like, research about, like, these, some other things about this, the more this is confirming in my mind that this is gonna work out. Dude, dude, he's even doing like a full-on bass rhythm. Oh, dude. Oh, hell yeah. Dude, this guy's fucking nailing this shit so goddamn good, dude. I'm loving it. Dude, that was such a good transition. Holy shit, that was good. I dig it. Dude, that was honestly fucking great. Dude, that was legit. In the first comment said there are a few other Kanoria covers, but this is quite good, by far the best. Okay, I'm glad I clicked this one, because if that's the best one, then holy shit. I know it's like that definitely like stirred up some creative thoughts and some creative soup. I'm enjoying it. The creative broth has been stirred. And I like that. Yeah, there's honestly like a pretty decent amount of like different remixes or like metal covers. Yeah, there actually is a pretty decent amount of them. But, you know, honestly, like, you know, seeing some of this stuff, it's starting to give me a little bit more of, like, you know, some inspirative, like, you know, ideas for, like, world building and shit. I'm just like, alright, hey. Because that's also, like, the one thing, like, I mean, because, at least, you know, from what I've been looking around so far, when it comes to, like, the actual, like, planets themselves, like Kanoria, or, like, the star system itself, Liliat, or Venom, like that planet, like there isn't really much to describe it really. So you just kind of have to like, you know, look at some visuals or just kind of like get the vibe of the, you know, themes of the songs, you know, based around it to kind of get a feeling for it. Which, in a way, I mean, it's a challenge for me, but I'm willing to fucking take it, because I mean, like I've listened to some of the more like antagonistic themes, and there really isn't that much of a thing. I mean, there are, but it's more up to interpretation in comparison to like, you know, the good guy themes, which is fine, honestly. And considering that there's at least like kind of a theme for the planet and able to kind of maybe adapt that into kind of like, you know, bigger bombastic as kind of like fanfare shit, I feel like it would definitely work out pretty well. Oh my god, he's just like flopped out. Dog is just sprawled out into utter oblivion. What a goof. What a goofy little boy. Raise his little head up. He's like, what, are you looking at me? What, am I being cute enough for you? What a little goofy pup. What, just a goofy little pup. Here. Let's see what's up. Oh, hang on to him here. Well, I'll say. Put down the crack pipe. Cornwest scolds RFKG to put down a crack pipe. Oh my god, wait, what? Cornwest literally just goes out there just like, yeah, no, RFK is literally smoking crack and he needs to put the crack pipe down. Oh my god, dude. Alright. You know, for that quick little call out that Cornel West had and shit when he announced, Beyond People's Party shit, he kind of quickly, switched his tune. It's like, oh, wait, I made a mistake. Here, let me do, a lot of shit to rectify that. Because, like, damn. Like, he's popping off and swinging out of nowhere now. Here, let me skip back. I just want to see the clip. Oh my god. Even in this frame, he is not looking happy. He's like, god damn it, this fucking RFK son of a bitch. Dude, he's not looking happy at all, dude. Oh, what the? Wait, what? Whoa. Whoa. YouTube just closed randomly and decided to freak the fuck out? Okay.
But he does support the show. He's got a presidential run. He's running with the Green Party. They got into, a whole bunch of different issues. It was about an hour-long interview. She also asked him about RFK Jr. Now, RFK Jr. made some news in a negative way recently when he spoke to Glenn Greenwald, and RFK Jr.'s commentary on the issue of Israel and Palestine sounds like any standard Democrat. Sounds like any corporate establishment Democrat, very, very pro-Israel, very disrespectful and dismissive to the Palestinian cause, and that caused a bit of an outcry. Now, RFK Jr. Has now made a habit of saying things which would put him in the category of standard Democrat, but for whatever reason, there's a large contingent online that likes to ignore that very basic reality about him and pretend like he's super based and he's actually the most left candidate. That's nonsense. Well, Cornel West...
Are there even people saying that? Because if there are, what? Are they also smoking crack?
Not here to play games on this question. So Brianna Joy Gray is going to ask him about RFK Jr.'s comments on Israel and Palestine, and he does not disappoint. Cornel West doesn't, to say the least.
Just alluded to some remarks by RFK Jr. He, very famously now at this point, tweeted and then retracted his support for Roger Waters of Pink Floyd, who has been a guest on this podcast, saying that it was because he found his advocacy for Palestinians to be holding Arab nations to a different standard as Israel in a way that he felt was anti-Semitic. He elaborated on those remarks in an interview with Glenn Greenwald from Monday of this week, in which he, we'll insert a clip of it here, but he went on to say that basically our support of Israel is justified because it is unique in the Middle East in terms of its treatment of LGBTQIA people. He said that, Palestinians kill Israeli children purposefully in a way that Israelis do not kill Palestinian children purposefully. And although Glenn Greenwald tried to tease out how the same justifications that RFK Jr. was using to defend Israel are used to justify American spending in Ukraine, it was clear from the conversation that RFK Jr. had never made those connections before.
Groups that have...
okay, whatever. But, also, I'm pretty sure, the idea that, Israel's, not... killing Palestinian children on the same level that Palestinians are killing Israeli children is just insane. There's just, too much, objective facts, to say otherwise that, the Israeli military, the Israeli Defense Force, is overtly, willing to not just, kill civilians, but even journalists, and children, too. And disabled folk, too. They've killed people in wheelchairs and shit, so it's they don't give a fuck. But I'm supposed to think that, Palestinians don't care equally and are willing to, slaughter just, random innocent Israeli children. It's bullshit.
In many ways, you're dictating part of Israel over the last few years. I think part of the responsibility of the United States is to try to find a path to justice for the Palestinians. But on all of these issues, if you live in any of these other countries, and you're gay, for example, you can be killed for that. Israel is the only place where you have freedom. If you're a transvestite, if you have other kind of dissonant views.
What? RFK, you don't give a fuck about, queer people or trans people, dude. You're stuck in the fucking 80s, my guy. It's if you're a transvestite, I tell you what, if you want those, cross-dressing types and stuff, then, even you, then it's just yeah, well, guess what? That happens here in America, bro. that isn't exactly, some unique point, and, the fact that you're like going out of your way to be like, yeah, transvestites, like, I mean, it shows how fucking like, you know, it's like stuck in the age that you're in, bro. Like, trans people aren't called transvestites anymore. Like, that's like fell out since like the 2000s.
Much rather be in Israel than any other place.
I get that argument, but go ahead, you can finish. All right, well, I just wanted to ask you
No, Israel, you know, and we need to have the same standard for judging Israel as we judge other Arab countries.
Israel is one
Then we would be critiquing the fuck out of him, wouldn't we?
top allies, if not our top ally. We give them billions of dollars a year every single year. So if they're held to a slightly higher standard than some non-ally countries, that's because we are at least partly responsible for what they do because we pay them. Now, beyond that, you can say, certainly there's an equivalence to some extent between Israel and other countries in the region, but in other ways, they actually go above and beyond with how barbaric they are. They are effectively a theocracy pretending to be a democracy, and they're doing apartheid, and they're doing a slow motion ethnic cleansing of Palestinians. So in some ways,
I mean, it could probably sound like a Holocaust now, wouldn't you think? Like, I mean, which is honestly just even, like, more discussing on, like, the government of Israel's part. They would literally, like, say that, like, oh, you know, because, like, if you call what we're doing a Holocaust or a genocide, then you're actually undermining the fact that, you know, we are being genocided just like, you know, what the Nazis tried to do to us. And it's, like, basically equating whatever, like, you know, little, you know, like, backlash that, like, you know, Palestinians or other Arabs do, like, yeah, even violently, you know, against Israeli apartheid and aggression and manifest dictatorial, like, fucking, like, you know, colonialism and shit. I mean, it's like, that to them is, like, seen as equivalent, you know, to pretty much, you know, not really much different to, like, you know, like, the death of the Jewish, you know, people and their culture and shit, like, in their mind. So, and that's used as a justification to be, you know, to dehumanize and utterly be abhorrently violent against the Palestinian Arab people that, you know, are their neighbors and shit. And, you know, to justify their whole idea and concept of the greater Israel nation state, which includes basically conquering Syria, Jordan, Palestine, you know, all it basically, it means that, you know, the idea with Israel's manifest destiny is conquering those nations. Which, how do you do that? At least especially in a modern standpoint, apartheid. Well, literally what Israel's doing to Palestinians now. That's how they're doing it. Like, I mean, it was, you could get away with it a lot more brazenly back in the day and shit, you know, especially with America's manifest destiny and with, you know, even like more modernized colonialism, like during, like, you know, from like the Cold War prior and shit. But nowadays, I mean, you gotta be a little bit more lucrative about that. But nonetheless, I mean, they're still very brazen about it. And people overtly will defend it because, like, if, you know, because if you critique it, then they'll use every talk point under the sun to say how you're basically the equivalent of a literal Nazi, which is fucking insane. Like, to me, there is a fundamental difference, you know, between being, like, you know, critical of Zionism and the Israeli government versus, like, just Jewish people. Like, there's a distinct difference in my mind. Like, you know, being critical of the, you know, that government and its staunch, you know, abhorrent, like, advocacy and push for their philosophy, which is Zionism, then, like, that predominantly, you know, is, like, the main fucking problem. Like, if they were literally any other fucking group or any other religion or any other background, it wouldn't fucking matter either way. It would still be the same issue. Like, I mean, I don't, you know, it's like, that's fundamentally the point, but, like, you know, like, these people who are very hardcore, super pro-Israel, like, unconditionally, under no circumstances, like, you know, even if they're like, yeah, maybe they can be soft, but they're still right. It's like, yeah, everything that they do is still justifiable, even if they could be a little more soft, you know, maybe. It's like, they're still going to fucking, you know, be overtly defensive towards them. And it's unconditional. Because they have, like, you know, like, especially when it comes to this type of idea, it's been so heavily ingrained because, you know, when it comes to America's financial vested interests, Israel is one of our closest buddies when it comes to shit like that. I mean, we give them a lot of our, toys and shit when it comes to things like the Iron Dome and stuff. And they give us, a lot of shit, back too. I mean, it's a mutual thing going on there.
Are uniquely bad. Now, the point about, well, you'd rather be LGBTQ in Israel than in other Arab countries around it, there's definitely an argument there, but make no mistake about it. This is a point made by neocons and far-right Republicans to try to justify and rationalize Israel being able to bulldoze over the Palestinians and steal their land and violate international law.
Because in their mind, Palestinians and Arabs are more of a degenerate, abhorrent sin towards Western culture than queer people are. That's basically the reason why. That's why they're willing to, make those talking points in comparison to not, because it fundamentally, at the end of the day, it bolsters, their, more disgusting, toxic fucking ideology. I mean, that's the main reason why, mainly.
Is going to the West Bank and killing children, is never doing that deliberately. Never.
Yeah, they are. Like, it's like, I mean, the IDF is, it's just objective, fact that they do that. Like, they basically, for target practice, will shoot journalists and civilians, when it comes to, these protests and shit. They don't give a fuck. Like, yeah, they will do that shit. They don't care. Like, if you believe otherwise, you're just purposely living under a rock and being stupid.
A bridge to sell you, man. I have a bridge to sell you if you believe that. You think Israel cares deeply about civilian casualties? But it gets worse.
Honestly, a lot of their fucking governmental agencies and a lot of the heads of their government boast about it and brag about it. And like I said, they do not care. I mean, that's the problem. Like I said, it wouldn't matter if they're any other fucking group or background or anything else. I mean, it's still a fuck thing. I mean, that type of principle and idea, regardless of where it comes from, where it's rooted in, is a disgusting, toxic, abhorrent thing that kills and is fundamentally destructive against anything that it opposes. So, fuck that shit.
Ever said it is.
Well, a lot of people have said it is. But let me just ask you, because I just want to focus the...
In all of those other countries, it is the deliberate policy of those countries to attack the target civilian.
So, the frothing at the mouth Arabs, they're killing children on purpose, whereas heavenly Israel is only targeting the bad guys and maybe accidentally sometimes ends up killing children. Remember Operation Protective Edge in 2014?
Oh, I actually remember some of the shit. Yeah, 8% of the Palestinians were civilians that were killed. And that was just one incident. There's been multiple different times where this conflict between Gaza and Israel and Palestinians and shit, where it's ramped up, where it basically is equivocal numbers, or even worse. I mean, it's just they don't care. I mean, that's the problem. I mean, by they, I mean the Israeli government, specifically. They don't give a shit. I mean, because I guarantee you'll probably find civilians that, probably do at least care to an extent where they do want peace, and they, even if there is tension, they want to see more of a diplomatic approach to it. I mean, for sure, you'll definitely find people who are Jewish, will have these positions. In fact, there's plenty of, Jewish people who are very fundamentally against this apartheid and will actually stand against it. But, to a lot of the Israeli government and to, certain folks like Ben Shapiro, they're the lesser Jews. They're not the good ones. You have to be the good Jews in order to, actually be, qualified as a proper one, in their minds, which basically means unconditionally supporting this shit. I mean, because those damn disgusting Arabs. I mean, that's basically fundamentally it. It's a very fascistic fucking mentality, which is the root of what the fuck this shit is. It's fascism. I mean, it's they were, it's Jews were fucking victims of fascism. Now you got, some of them in government, in Israel, basically perpetrating the same shit. It's I mean, what fucking hypocrites they are. And then they want to try to fucking tell, not just other Jewish people, but everybody else how much they're fucking Nazis and anti-Semites if they critique them. I mean, it's just what the fuck?
Israel-Gaza conflict, 80% of Palestinians killed by Israeli strikes are civilians, UN report says. Many of the fatalities have been children, and 1,360 more have been wounded. In fact, there are other numbers which say about 500 children were massacred But it's okay, don't worry. Getting the proper target 20% of the time.
Yeah, those kids must have had, like, an IED strapped to them. They must have had, like, an AK-47 in their hands or something like that, you know what I mean? You know, you had to just protect the state because those children, you know, they probably were child soldiers, you know what I mean?
That's
Just
really
give me
what
a
they were
break.
going for. The 80% civilian death, that's just collateral damage. They meant well, but what are you going to do? Sometimes accidents happen. This is the same kind of garbage that people spew to defend U.S. foreign policy. When we invade Iraq, or we invade Afghanistan, or we do the illegal drone war, where 90% of the time, by the way, we get the wrong people. So very
Yep.
bizarre that on this one issue, all of a sudden, RFK, when it comes to foreign policy, becomes the most standard Democrat on the planet.
I mean, not even just a Democrat. I mean, this is literally just standard politician shit.
I thought he was an outsider. What happened? I thought he was anti-establishment. I've never heard a more deeply pro-establishment take than this.
Objections to U.S. involvement in Ukraine were narrow and weren't backed up by a broader understanding of U.S. imperialism and the problems there. So I wondered if you could weigh in more specifically on what you think RFK Jr. is getting wrong and what people should be looking for in a presidential candidate.
For one, you want a presidential candidate. And I think you just want this in any human being. That have backbone, that have integrity, to have consistency, not to check what you deeply believe after you've had some dialogue or discourse with a group of people or a community that's going to be shaping and molding how you perceive the world. Think for yourself.
Are we referring to the tweet he put up with Rabbi Shmuley, I believe his name was?
But I think it's probably a whole network that he has. It may not only be exclusively Jewish brothers and sisters. I mean, there's a lot of non-Jewish brothers and sisters who are still very much tied to a discourse that renders the suffering of Palestinians invisible. So it's not just a tribal thing. You see, people are generally convinced that Israel has a right to exist, and therefore it has a right to do whatever it wants to do, and that includes killing innocent people. When I asked my dear brother RFK Jr., do you know what happened between July 8th and August 26th of 2014? 50 days? 551 precious Palestinian babies killed in 50 days? How many babies have been killed in the vicious criminal invasion and occupation of Ukraine? After a whole year. Who spoke out for those precious Palestinian babies? Were they somehow tied to Hamas? Were they somehow a threat to Israel? No. They're human beings. Their babies are just as precious as black babies, white babies, brown babies, indigenous babies in the American empire, or any other baby. And if he thinks somehow that each baby who was killed somehow was never in any way intentional, deliberate, they didn't know what they were doing, he needs to really get off the crack pipe.
He really needs to get off the crack pipe. Damn, dude. Fucking nailing it.
We have absolutely no sense of what's going on in the world.
He needs to really get off the crack pipe.
Damn, fucking get him, Cornell. Dude, I've always loved Cornell. I mean, you know, he has, you know, some flaws here and there and shit. I mean, he kind of got called out for one of them. I mean, but the thing is, like, he's always somebody who's, like, principled, consistent, and just honest of who the fuck he is at the end of the day. And it's also somebody who, you know, just, like, you know, is willing to also have introspection and realize, oh, you know, maybe I was a little wrong, and we'll, you know, change that position a little bit. You know, because, I mean, because of the whole People's Party thing, I mean, he, you know, changes, you know, position from that. So, I mean, he's definitely somebody that is just, like, a legit, honest person, and I just, you know, I just really respect that out of him. I mean, because I know Oregon's, like, a safe state, honestly, I mean, if it ain't Marianne, I'll probably vote for him, you know, so, and honestly, at least in the primary, I'll probably do Marianne, and then him in the general for the Green Party, but, I mean, I don't know, I guess we'll have to see what happens.
If he thinks Israel is just trying to do its best, they mean well, they're not purposely going after civilians. Damn. Now, some people have gone after Marianne Williamson for her comments on Israel-Palestine. Let me tell you something. Her comments are nowhere near as egregious as this. Why did they go after her? Because she said, I'm for a two-state solution. Perhaps not understanding that the two-state solution window has long closed. And now what we're really talking about is a one-state democratic solution. But she said she's for a two-state solution, and some people were like, oh, how dare you? Let me tell you.
I mean, it's like, I admire the, like, optimism of, you know, hopefully trying to get a two-state solution, but, yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I just don't really see that, you know, coming to fruition, especially with the tension around that.
Well, she also said, Marianne Williamson did, and I know, because I asked her, she said, we need to condition aid to Israel. So if they don't stop with their rampant human rights abuse and their repression of Palestinians, they shouldn't get U.S. taxpayer money. So her position on this is about 1,000 times better than his position on this. But thankfully now people are starting to wake up to the fact that there are many issues where he's standard establishment Democrat. Now, by the way, there's also many issues where he's not standard establishment, but he's contrarian to the point he has online brainworms.
I mean, because, like, the dude has, like, pretty equivocal takes to his, you know, someone who might as well be, like, a Joe Rogan, like, Alex Jones nutball. I mean, like, he's, like, a hardcore weird-ass anti-vaxxer, literally thinks that, like, cell phone Wi-Fi will give you, quote, leaky brain and cancer and shit. Like, the dude's, like, fucking a nutball. I mean, it's like, he basically, I mean, if it wasn't for the fact he, like, was a weird conspiracy theorist, I mean, it would just basically be, like, you know, him being a stereotypical establishment dem fuck. I mean, but because he's, like, you know, a weird wacko about some shit, I mean, he, you know, has this weird veneer of being, like, outside of the fray, when he literally ain't.
So, we went through this, man. He already told Crystal that it's not politically realistic to get Medicare for all. He already said that. So we ain't gonna fight for that. You can't
it's not just politically feasible or anything like that, yeah.
say he's pro-Medicare for all. Crystal asked a great question. She said, look, you go after Big Pharma all the time, which is legitimate and fair. Talk about regulatory capture. You're 100% right about that. But if you really want to stop the problems with Big Pharma, isn't the heart of it the profit motive? Wouldn't we have to nationalize Big Pharma in order to make it so they're not price gouging and caring about the bottom line first? And his reaction was, no, I wouldn't go that far. What?
I mean, because he is a, you know, establishment, you know, fucking insider. I mean, that's who he is. Like, he doesn't give a shit. Like, I mean, you know, like, fundamentally, like, I mean, the dude, like, it's like, was holding parties and shit, like, you know, while COVID was going on, and would, like, make sure that, like, not only his own kids, but, like, you know, even people going to these parties would be vaccinated and shit. Like, I mean, he's just, like, a full-on fucking grifter, just, you know, trying to gain clout, you know, and because he's, like, one of them, you know, like, kind of falling into relevancy, you know, with his, like, you know, dynasty name. He's just trying to find, like, you know, more clout, you know, and, like, in more of an ability to try to, like, you know, resurrect it in a way, while also perceiving himself as, like, some sort of an outsider when he just isn't. Especially considering how much of a French freako he is. Man, what a fuck. Yeah, he really needs to lay off the fucking crack pipe. My god. How'd he close the door again? Oh my god. That door stopper got worn out to the point where it ain't even working anymore. Wow. Oh my god. This fucking dog. I don't get why he's so adamant about being in a fucking corner. He just likes being, like, backed up in a corner like a little weirdo. What a fruit. What a little fruit. I have some meats for him. Maybe I can convince him to come here. You lazy fuck? Really? Alright. Fine. Wow. What a lazy bones. What a lazy little fuck. Oh, now I'm hearing get up. Hey, buddy. Seriously? Alright, fine. Fine then. What a little butt. What little boober? You don't want to, like, be over here and hang out or anything? Seriously, dog? I guess not. Wow. You're a jerk. It's gonna give you a little, you know, loves and cuddles. But no. Guess you don't wanna. What a goof. Come here. Bro. You are capable of opening that door. You just don't want to because you're a fucking freak. Come here, buddy. Come here. Oh my god, I can see your fucking eyeball piercing through that darkness. I can see your eyeball piercing through the void. Come here. Come here, bud. Come here. Come on. I can literally see you staring at me because of the reflection of your eye, dude. I can see the refraction in your eye, bro. I can see your eye reflecting and staring at me. Come on. There's a slice of ham for you. Fuck kidding me. You were literally just staring at me. Oh my god. Wow, what a fucking prick. What a little prick, dude. Oh, now you're, like, you know, coming over here. Well, hello. Oh, now you want over here? Hi. Hello. Hello, buddy. Hey, hey, hey. Yo, chill. Yeah. Oh my goodness, look at you. Here you go, little mutt. Hey, hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute, baby. You're gonna wait a second. Oh my god. Oh. You're just a goofy little boy. He's the weirdest. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, look at you. Oh. Who's just a sweet little fluff? He just is. Oh my goodness, look at you. Oh. Boop. Who's just a sweet little fluff? Oh my good lord. Hey. Hold on. Goof. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I got a little ham juice on me. Oh my lord. You're so silly. You're just a silly boy. You started running out of ham over here, bro. There's like 2 slices left. Hold on. Alright. Hey. Alright, this last one. So the last slice. Hey. That's a ham. He's fucking gripping me with his little feet. So cute. Papa. Hey. I have a paw right there. What's that? Is that about as close as I'm getting for a paw? Paw. Okay, there you go. Oh, you're just such a goofball. Oh, you're just so goofy. You're just a goof, but that was all. That was it. You had all the hams. Hey, all the hams. Yes, you did. What a goofy little mutt. What a goof. Oh, you got hiccups? Sounded like you had little hiccups there for a second. Little goof. You little goof monster. Ah. Got fucking hair in my throat. You shed boy. Got one of your hairs in my throat, bro. Ah. That wasn't cool. That sucked. Alright. You can go stretch yourself over here now, buddy. No. Hey. Hey, don't be smacking me with your tail. What is this? What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh my god. What? A fruit. Boop. Boop. Sit in your chair. Sit in your chair. Go on. There you go. Oh, sit little bubble. Oh, look at you. You're just so cute. You know, I'll give you one more little treat. I'll give you a little dental stick. There you go. Yeah. You look so cute with that in your mouth. Oh, you sweet little thing. You're supposed to sit in that, but okay, whatever. Whatever, dog. Fine. Be away, little dick. What a little weirdo. The dog is just a little goof. A little sweet boy, but still. A tremendous goof. At the end of the day. Yeah. Is there any other little things on tube? You have a little random bullshit. Because, man, it is so, even for like, you know, a Monday, you know, for the beginning of the week and everything, there is not much happening, news-wise. I think even the Kyle clip was like, you know, from like a day ago or some shit. So, it's like, there really isn't much, like, what the hell? Trying to see if there's at least, you know, something, and goddamn, there ain't no goddamn thing at all, and it is a boo. It's boo for me. Just nothing but shit. That's appointment! As Kevin Sorbo was once say in Hercules. You know what? Alright. I'm gonna have to at least see what the hell's, you know, gonna happen with the Ritz. What's going on over there for random bullshit? Fuck you, dude. You got nothing for me. Got nothing for me. It's bullshit. First thing is basically Titanic submarine goes missing and lands. It's just that shit. That's basically like one of the big things that everyone's like, oh my goodness. I guess, man. You would think that, like, it would be pretty obvious what happened with that situation, honestly. But I guess not. And wow, yeah, even what, dude, even Reddit don't got much going on, bruh. Actually, some of this shit seems like some stuff from even yesterday, like the Mandalorian Chinese versus Tennessee Buddha. This is what we saw yesterday. Like, that's what showing me shit from literally yesterday. It's like, what the hell? Don't even know. Don't even know what's going on for today. They have to, like, you know, start reposting some shit. It's like, boo. Oh, ay. What the hell? Someone was doing, like, low-level flying around 100 to... Flight radar, too. I wasn't using it today, but there was. Oh, it's a helicopter. Oh, is it one of those, like, tourist helicopters that you can take? I mean, those routes are very specific. So, like... These are just some odd-ass routes, bro. Like, they're literally over roads. I saw multiple planes, helicopters flying super low, less 2 hours to go northeast. The helicopter was over my neighbor's house for like 30 minutes solid. The fire accident, silly as again. Almost certainly utility inspections. If you look at the flight path, you can see the following high voltage transmission lines circling around substations. Matches with Pacific Power coverage. Well, yeah, I mean, so that's flight. So wait, really? Okay, well, yeah, that is Borland service area, I guess. Okay. Oh, here's that flight shit. Which, wait, they were even over a lake? Oh, they were probably waiting to land. Well, I guess not, because they're over there, too, doing some weird shit. Dude, that is just so interesting. Pacific Power recently held liable for wildfires, now trying to show responsibility. God damn, yeah. We're being responsible. We're gonna have, like, helicopters fly super fucking low to the ground and just, like, you know, annoy the shit out of everyone, you know, for the entire day in those areas. And, you know, but yeah, we're being responsible. You would think they would send notifications being like, hey, we're going to have a helicopter doing some inspections, so it's going to be low-level flying, so it's going to be louder and probably more interesting than usual, but hey, if you go outside, you might, you know, see something cool, you know, so, I don't know, it's like they could at least be more responsible, but yeah, of course. This transmission line is not a new PG, even BPA, even though they're on helicopters for it. I'm sure Pacific Corp has been doing the same for just long. Yeah, well, yeah, I'm not really surprised. Hookout's on northeast over the freeway, and it's just north of it. It was on a newscopter, assume hospital, but maybe not. Well, yeah, I guess it's these utility companies, and they got a few helicopters, and I guess they're doing some shit. I guess we're like, all right, doing some inspections. We're gonna fly super fucking low for it, which I guess you kind of need to, but like, damn, bro. I mean, it was the talk of the town for a minute there. That and crazy ass fucking insane weather. Actually, that makes sense because of all the hail and crazy shit going on with the weather and stuff. I mean, I guess they were trying to show some responsibility by, you know, having those helicopters kind of inspect, you know, some of the utility lines to make sure shit ain't fucked up. But at least, you know, from what I understand about, like, how the crazy ass weather has been, like, a lot of the weather hasn't been in those areas. So, they need to start exploring some shit where it ain't in those areas. Because, I would imagine that, like, some of the shit they probably should look out for is not, like, what they were looking at. What are you doing over there, doggo? Just giving yourself some grooming. Come on, yourself, little sweet fluff. Yeah, whatever little things are on this little Reddititos. Is there seriously not much else? Wow. Wait, what's this? Oddly specific, not a fan. Honestly, who the fuck actually likes sparkling water? Shit tastes like TV static. What? Yeah, that is oddly specific, and I love how that is almost at 4:20 a.m. Dude, this guy was high. Oh my god, this guy was like lit. He's like, man, I got some munchies, and I really need to deal with this cough. Fuck. I guess I got some sparkling water. I'll drink this while I have, wait for my munchies to warm up in the microwave. You know, what the fuck? Why does this water taste like TV static? Dude, this guy was lit. This guy was high. I mean, dude, it's 4:19 a.m. Dude, this guy had a few, stogies, bro. That guy had a, hit or two. I'm convinced. There ain't no way. Because that really is oddly specific. And also, sparkling water tastes fine. Like, I mean, I didn't really think it would have, like, such a very specific taste. But, okay. Wait, what the fuck? Putting Trump and Hillary in the same group means it seems more like a cell phone. Oh, is this Ben? It is Ben Garrison. He's office walker. Wait, is he self-aware? The fuck? Wait, so what's going on here? Vice presidency has no place in the U.S. And you got Bernie, I guess. You got MAGA, Trump, the Pepe, the Frog, the Hitler. Who's that supposed to be? Who's this guy? Who's this supposed to be? Mussolini? Hirohito? Like, who the fuck is that supposed to be? And, what? Or, like, is this literally trying to say that, like, old rocket chair Bernie is, like, paranoid because the ghosts of, like, of his imagination are, like, taunting him because I guess Hitler, Mussolini, Hirohito, clone, mixture, botch thing, MAGA chuds, and then Trump are all, like, attacking him? Oh my god. Ben Garrison is honestly a fucking unhinged psychopath, bro. It doesn't make sense. Like, yeah, I guess, like, the ghost of Hitler and Hirohito / Mussolini hybrid, would definitely be ghosts, but the rest of them aren't. The Pepe the Frog thing, actually, at that point, that would too, because, I mean, that's been appropriated by pretty much everybody at this point. But, like, the MAGA Chud and Trump ghosts, like, those are definitely real things. Like, what? Like, what the fuck? I mean, my god, Ben Garrison, like, I think he's self-aware. Is he like a psyop or something? Because what's that, like, he's off his rocker right next to his, like, little thing, when it comes to his, like, little autograph or his little staple, right? Like, in the corner, it's like, is he self-aware? Is he on, like, I mean, is he aware that shit's, like, crazy and unhinged? Like, I'm still assuming he's conservative, but is he, like, self-aware that his comics can be perceived as, like, fascist and shit, and just, like, embraces it and doesn't give a shit? Like, cause, quote, trigger the libs, lol. Or is he actually like that? And god damn it, now I'm honestly kind of wondering. What the fuck, dude? Ben Garrison's just so weird, dude. Grand Rapids. Patriot Ice Cream's owner responds to Google reviews. Patriot Ice Cream. Gross. From the ice cream to the service. All around nasty. Nasty, but we're not all women, so we have that going for us, right? Oh my god, what the fuck? Yeah, we're not all women around here. We're all just a bunch of men who literally do not know how to make ice cream. And we don't know how to have proper service, so, you know, we got that going, right? No, you don't. You literally don't, you fucking idiot. Like, actually, unironically, I bet that place and business would be better ran by women. Unironically. Like, I'm not even kidding. I bet, like, you know, if you got the, like, nothing but an all-female employee crew going on there, dude, I guarantee you it would probably run and function way better. And actually be respectable as a fucking business. Like, I'm not even kidding. In the name of it, dude, Patriot Ice Cream. My dude, are you trying to, like, jerk the dick of the bald eagle of America more? You weird bestial fucking freak. It's like, my god. Like, it's just like, you fucking nub. Like, I love how they don't even have a profile picture on their fucking weird thing, dude. Like, it's like, their Google, like, profile, literally, it's just like a weird, empty thing. There's nothing even there. It's like, oh my god, dude. Like, you don't even have, like, a picture of your, like, your business logo or anything. It's just like a blank, you know, template. It's like, wow, bro. My lord. I kind of want to see more reviews of this place. You know what? You know what? I'm going to. I want to see. I'm going to actually look it up. Let's see. Maps. Let's see. What the fuck? They open at 4 p.m.? They're not even open for, like... They're open for 6 hours a day. And they literally have 1.8 stars. Dude, this place is ass. I can literally already tell this place is ass, bro. Oh my god! Oh, yeah, we're showing this. I don't give a shit. We're showing this. Dude, I don't give a fuck, bro. We love Patriot Ice Cream. My kids want to go every time we do delicious cricket stuff. And we love you. May January 6th live on in infamy. If you believe hard enough, it doesn't matter if it's objectively false. That was 2 hours ago! Oh my god! That was 2 hours ago! Holy shit! Oh my fucking McNugget chicken fuck, dude. Oh my god. Dude. Is this a psyop in itself? This can't be real. This cannot be fucking real, bro. No way. The secret is horse milk? What the fuck? What? That is weird. Oh shit, here we go. Horrible ice cream, very icy, questionable quality ingredients. Should call this place Benedict Arnold ice cream. It wouldn't be ice cream if it weren't icy. Try not to hate America. No like saw ice cream, only room temperature cream, or in the summer sometimes warm cream. That sounds like you should probably get things called ice machines, where you can, I don't know, preserve your product instead of being a retarded fuckwad and letting it all go to waste and still trying to sell it, you fucking freak. Gross from the ice cream. Oh, here's, yep, this is the one that we saw. Yeah, we saw that one. We don't like to pay our employees. Please tip well. Dude, this is a psyop. Dude, this is a troll. Dude, there's no fucking way. Are you referring to ice cream or to Safin? Think you find your inner patriot? It might resemble a tomahawk-wielding Mel Gibson. Dude, I am... Okay, this has to be a psyop, dude. The only way I could describe the atmosphere is aggressive. It was, dude, how old is this place? This has to be like some weird fucking like fraud thing or some shit. This has to be like some weird ass like fraud, like or something, dude. It's literally... oh my... What? Selling frozen patriotism to the poor and uneducated. From the owner. Is there a website? No, there ain't. What? The fuck? What is... I am so... Wait, so, hold on. There's a few, like... The latest is a day ago for a review for pictures. So this has to be a new business, I think. This must be a startup or something. I am so confused. Like, what the fuck? I mean, it's a thing. Like, I got it. Yeah, it's on the maps. It's in Grand Rapids, Michigan. It's right there. You can see their sign. It's right there. Wait, music? Is there like a music store next to this? Catch you on the flip side. So I guess it's somewhere in there. It's in that building. It's in this weird ass building. What the fuck? Dude, this looks so weird. This is honestly fucking weird, bro. What is this lawn? Or is it a lawn? What is this? What bro, what the fuck is this place, dude? This has to be like some weird fucking like tax evasion front or something. Like this shit, dude, this weird Patriot ice cream literally looks like a fucking, like, business fraud thing, dude. It looks like some tax evasion shit, bro. Like, what is this? I'm so glad I discovered this. Thank you, Reddit. Oh my god. Like, thank you, Redditors of, you know, the internet for making me discover Patriot ice cream, bro. Like, there's nothing about it that says that it's old. All the reviews are either from, like, a few days ago or from, like, you know, up to like hours ago, and the owner has been responding to all of them from like within that time frame. So this is a new thing. Like, what the hell, bro? This is so great. Share the actual audio. Actual audio of what? Wait, what?
Joe Biden gave us...
God save... Oh, that audio, God Save the Queen? No, I didn't. Wait, so there actually is clip? Okay, good. Sweet. I don't know if you were here just a minute ago, but, you know, if you want, you can... Oh, hi, Bobby. A little rest in your head right here. Yeah, well, hey, you're resting your head right here. I'm going to be giving you scritches. But, if you go back, like, you know, 10 minutes, I mean, I was looking at a little Reddit post where it was, like, this Patriot ice cream thing, and I was curious enough to see if it was real, and it was, and I'm kind of convinced it's, like, some tax evasion, like, weird business front thing for like evading taxes. Like, I mean, it's just like, what the fuck? Because the responses to some of those reviews of that business from the owner just literally seemed like a troll. It seemed like, you know, way too like fake, honestly, to be serious. It's like, may January 6th live in infamy. Oh, well, you know, it's like sometimes in the summer we serve, you know, warm cream instead of, like, ice cream because of how hot it is. And, like, all this other shit. It's like, what the fuck, bro? I mean, it makes me think there's, like, some op going on with that. Maybe not, like, some Fed op, but maybe, like, some weird local op, like, where some person in the neighborhood was like, you know what, how can I get, like, a bunch of fucking money and go bankrupt and get a bunch of money from the government and, like, get rich quick? Oh, I know, I'll set up a fake business, sell shitty stuff, go bankrupt because I don't make profit, and make a bunch of money by, you know, getting a handout or something. Like, oh my god, I guarantee you it's literally some shit like that, bro. And a way to avoid taxes, too, and oh my god, dude, what a fucking schmuck. Patriot ice cream. Wow. Grand Rapids, Michigan. You're not sending your best. Don't worry, I'll protect you from Target. Disney, social media, school boards, and Target. Literally the only thing I think I agree with is social media. But you don't need to protect your kid from Disney, you don't need to protect your kid from school boards, and you don't need to protect your kid from Target. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, social media is pretty much literally the only thing, because that's what's perpetrating those fucking batshit memes. And is and manosphere bullshit, amongst other things. And godless. But, yeah. So I got the God Save the Queen, Jack.
Let's continue. It gets better. It's gonna slowly...
Wait. He already played some of it? God damn it, hold on. When did he start playing it? Oh, right here. Okay.
There's no other word to describe it. It is beautiful. Watch this.
Remember who we are. We're the United States of America. And there's nothing beyond our capacity when we do it together. God bless you all, and may God protect our troops. We can get this done.
So let me just pause here.
Dude, okay. He does that all the time. God save our troops, or God protect our troops, or whatever. I think every time I see him end his speech, he always says that. So, like, God bless America and God bless our troops. Like, he always does, like, a little circle jerk for the military with that. Okay, well, alright, that clip isn't really that... Okay, alright, whatever. That's pretty typical, but that literally is the norm for him, honestly.
Let's continue. It gets better. It's going to slowly but surely start to go off the rails beginning now.
Thank you. I mean it.
I mean, Jack.
Now, as some of you know, I usually come down and say hi to all of you. They tell me there's a storm coming in. Is that right? Is that still the deal?
No.
That's the truth. Now, don't make a lie.
Okay, we're just getting warmed up, y'all.
I mean, okay, whatever. He's kind of like having a weird little back and forth with the crowd. I mean, so far, it's whatever. I mean, honestly, like, he's not going off the rails yet. At least in my mind. Yet.
John Wayne movie, don't make me a dog-faced lion.
Wait, oh god, oh no. Okay, alright, this is where it goes off the rails. Hold on. What the fuck? Wait, hold on, what? Okay, it wasn't so bad there initially. I knew Kyle was leading up to it, but oh my god, I didn't realize it was gonna get this bad. Holy fucking shit. Oh my god, dude. What was even... It's like that John Ray movie. It's like, you don't treat him like a dog face up, but... What was he... What was he even trying to fucking say? Oh man, dude. Oh my god. Oh man, okay, wow. Why do boomers always talk about a storm coming through even though the weather is good? I don't fucking know. It's just like an old person trope. They just feel it in their bones, I say.
Okay, we're just getting warmed up, y'all.
That scene in the John Wayne movie, don't make me a dog-faced lion pony soldier.
Don't make me a dog-faced lion pony soldier. I tell you, you just named 3 animals at once. Don't make me a dog-faced lion pony soldier. So a dog-faced lion pony hybrid who's a soldier? Like, whoa, bro. Like, damn, dude. Like, what the fuck? Dude, I mean, yo. I know he meant to say dog-faced lion pony soldier, like, you know, liar, you know, like, but he literally sounded like he said lion. Like, you know, the war of a lion or some shit, right? Like, I mean, he sounded like he just said this, like, a lion, like, you know, the animal, like, not like a liar. Like, oh my god, dude.
He loves that line too. By the way, this is the first time I learned that that's from a John Wayne movie. I didn't know that was from a John Wayne movie, but apparently that's a line he loves, and he comes...
I honestly didn't know it was either. Like, this is actually the first time I guess I realized that he just loves quoting a John Wayne film when it comes to that dog-faced pony soldier quote.
To all the time.
Well, I tell you what, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask the White House photographer to come up, And all I'm going to do is
The White House photography. What?
stand. I usually shake everybody's hand, but I'm going to stand in front of each section. No, I really mean it. And if you can see the camera, they can see you. And it's the least consequential.
What? So what is he talking about? Like stand in each... What? Huh?
Part of this whole meeting for you. I promise.
So getting a little weird. He's saying, I think what he's trying to say is, look, we're not going to go person for person taking pictures, but I'll stand in front of the row, and then you guys can take a picture from the row.
I'm assuming that's what he's trying to say. Like, oh, get like the White House photographers, like have me take pictures of, with people like, in the rows or, in the audience, I guess. But, he just like butchered like everything about trying to say that.
I'm trying to interpret what he's saying, and I think that's what he's getting at. In other words, it's not going to be standard. I won't take a picture with every single individual, but I will like give a general, I'll stand by your row, you take a picture, and then, it's like knock out a whole bunch of pictures in one shot. That's what I think he's saying, but now let's get to the best part.
And if you can see the camera, they can see you. And it's the least consequential part of this whole meeting for you. I promise. All right? God save the Queen, man.
God save the Queen, man. Oh my God, dude. What is with, like, these politicians? Like, you know what, like, this has been a thing, at least since Clinton. Think about it. Like, I mean, there's been gaffes, and, like, there's been, like, we've had presidents, at least since Clinton, who have been, like, somewhat of a gaffe machine. Like, Clinton's been a little bit of a gaffe machine. It's like, I did not inhale. It's like, it depends on what your definition of is. I mean, he's got a few little, things, himself. I mean, not a lot. I mean, it kind of started to kind of establish that a little bit. And then you had George Bush, W. Like, that guy was a fucking gaffe machine galore, dude. I mean, it's endless with him. Like, I can name off so many. It's like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, you can't get fooled again. Put food on your family. Oh my God, the put food on your family, dude. And dude, he's still making gaffes. Like, it's just like, I mean, that motherfucker still be out there making gaffes. And then you got Obama, he's done a few himself. Play it off. And then you had Trump, I mean, again, endless gaffe machine. Like, endless shit. But then you got Biden. And, I mean, it's not like endless shit, so to speak, but there's a fuckload of gaffes. It was goofs and gaffes galore. Definitely way more so than, like, like, anyone else outside of W or Trump, in my opinion, at least. I think Trump and Biden, W got, like, way more goofs and gaffes than Biden does, for sure. Honestly, I think it's kind of debatable if, like, W, or Trump were kind of, like, I kind of think it's debatable who's the top on that one. I think I would have to, like, look at every single gaffe and goof of, like, between W and Trump. And I think W might have an edge because he has 8 years. Trump got 4. So, fuck. But the quantity, though, of what, of the Trump gaffes, I mean, see, that one I think is debatable. But, I mean, at least when it comes to the Democrat side of things, I mean, Biden's definitely got the most gaffes, but, I mean, it's like, because it seems like we just keep getting more progressively more goofy and gaffier and absurd with our presidents and shit when it comes to this shit. It's like, what the fuck, man? It's like, on one hand, I'm okay with it to an extent, because at least it kind of puts a lightheartedness to some shit. But, like, on the other hand, it's just like, fuck, are we really having, like, dementia-addled hospice patients, like, as president? Like, fuck. Like, are we just committing elder abuse? God save the Queen, man. Oh, no, they had that going on. That was actually there. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum. Good morning, USA. We gotta go save the Queen. Oh, God save the Queen, man. Oh my God, dude. Holy shit. Wow. The last little chunk of all of that. Okay, we gotta play all of that in its totality. Oh my God. That was, wow. Okay, hold on. We gotta just let that just be absorbed in its totality. Like, wow.
And if you can see the camera, they can see you. And it's the least consequential part of this whole meeting for you. I promise. All right. God save the Queen, man.
Good morning, USA. Gotta save the Queen. God bless the UK. It's like, what the fuck? Oh my god. Oh my lord. That just, why did that really feel like a Seth MacFarlane, like American Dad skit or some shit? Like, what the fuck? And I like how I recognize that bum bum ba bum ba da da ba. I recognize that with the American Dad theme way more so than the traditional, like, Americanized fanfare patriot song. Like, which I think, you know, kind of goes to show how much, like, you know, media has more of an influence than patriotism does in this case. At least for good reason in this exception.
God save the Queen, man.
Oh my god, that was was goddamn great, bro. That was gold. Holy shit, that was like some peak content right there. Oh my god, that was beautiful. Wow. I just got a fucking shit-eating grin on my face now. Oh man, dude. Wow. Like, I say, dude, the Queen's dead now. Like, does he not even realize that, like, it's King Charles or whatever his dumbass name is? Like, it's a king now. It should be God Save the King, you fuckwit. My god. I mean, it's like, at least do it right if you're gonna fucking, you know, show your true colors there, you bonging fucking island hopper. I see, you know, what loyalty you have there, Biden. You're just sign up for the UK. I see what it is. You're just there to try to fucking, like, you know, have the UK slowly but surely usurp his government and control over us. Which I suppose on one hand might be a little based, but on the other hand, it's like their right-wing absurdity, turf island galore, their NHS is pretty, like, restrictive when it comes to, like, you know, mental health services and, like, trans rights and transformative care and shit like that. So there's gonna be some downgrades, I think, you know, in various factors. But I mean, at the same time, it's just like, goddamn, though. Like, I mean, what the fuck? Like, are we just gonna let that happen? Or are we just gonna let that shit slide? Oh hell no! Not my watch. My god, dude, it's like, just wow. Just, wait, what's this? Providence Nurses Rally? Whoa! This is at Fraser Park? Holy shit, look at all those pickets, bro. Look at all them pickets. Hey, you got the kids involved too. You got some kids out there. Dude, and it looks like there's a few other people. Looks like some people doing a selfie there. You know, like, dude, there's some vibes going on here, bro. Dude, this is big. That's a fucking huge rally, dude. Hell yeah. Oh, yo, who took this picture, dude? Meme me up, Scotty. Meme me up. Dude, I love that name. Meme me up, bro. Dude, that is an awesome name. Dude. Oh, that is some good shit. Dude, that is awesome. That beautiful ass rainbow with that rally going on. I bet when they looked around the corner and saw that, they're like, oh, that's his almond. You know how some people, you know, are about, like, you know, symbolically having, like, good almonds and stuff. I mean, I guarantee you, like, that's probably why he posted this, too. Or she did. Or they did. Whoever posted this. The Meme Me Up Scotty guy. Because, I mean, it's like, I guarantee you they probably saw that, you know, saw the rainbow and were like, oh, shit. Especially on a, I mean, I guess depending on where you are in Portland, a pretty decent day. It looks like it was a pretty good day over there. Like, those storm clouds over here is what I was dealing with. So, it looks like, I mean, over here, they weren't really dealing with it that much. I like how all the, like, greenery is just so vibrant, but the grass is just so dead. The grass is just dead, but everything else is just alive and vibrant. But hell yeah, dude, that's some good shit. Best wishes on getting what you deserve. Seattle area private execs could fuck right off. When you left Heritage Park, look what appeared. Considered a rainbow, good sign. Oh, dude, even the person who posted it even mentioned that. Hope to get everything the union is asking for a contract to deserve it. So, like, straight up, like, they're negotiating a contract with, like, Seattle area executives and shit. Okay, I guess there's some details I don't know about, like, you know, the specific contract negotiations that they got going on. But what the fuck? Shouldn't it be, like, Portland executives and shit? Yeah, like, wouldn't it be, like, Portland specific? Like, I mean, but I guess because they're so conglomerated that, like, a lot of them are just up in the Seattle area, so they just have to negotiate with their asses, which obviously they sure as shit are going to be utterly out of touch with what's going on down here, especially considering what, like, Seattle might be having. And I don't really hear much about, like, Seattle protests or strikes, you know, when it comes to this situation. Portland's got that going on. So, is that kind of a part of the reason why this shit's kind of happening? It's like you have these people who are, like, literally not even in the same fucking city trying to do decisions, you know, and policies, you know, of those hospitals when they're literally, like, hundreds of miles away north in Seattle. And they're making decisions, you know, like, for people down here when whatever the fuck they're aware of and what situations are in Seattle are going to be different for, with circumstances, you know, for the hospitals here in Portland. So, I mean, it seems like that's a part of the problem. Like, what the fuck? It seems like they need to, like localize their executives and shit. Like, at least on the higher up positions. Like, what the hell? I mean, I don't know if that's a part of the strike negotiations to at least have more of a direct ability to negotiate with, like, local executives and stuff, but, I mean, still, like, shit, dude. Like, that is, like, some bullshit. Like, what the hell? Man. I hope they get the best out of their, contract, man. Local humor. Happy Juneteenth. What a country. Happy Juneteenth. The first U.S. holiday that's illegal to teach about in 15 states. Damn. True. It's Trevor Noah. You know, like, I kind of have, like, you know, a weird kind of, like, mixed position about Trevor Noah. Because on one hand, he's kind of like a fucking lib. And it kind of annoys me a little bit because of that. But at the same time, he still, like, can be a firebrand, and he can pop the fuck off occasionally. I mean, especially lately. I mean, honestly, I feel like he's kind of, gotten a little bit more aware and kind of popping off and shit. But, I mean, for a while there, he just kind of was like a hardcore, like, rad lib for a minute. I mean, he still kind of is, but, I mean, at least, he's still not as rad libby, I guess, like it used to. Because lately, like, I mean, anytime I, kind of hear his name, I'm just like, oh. I was like, alright. But, like, a couple years ago, I would have been like, because he just kind of irked me a little bit. But at this point, I mean, yeah, he's starting to grow on me a little bit. But yeah, it is true, though. It kind of reminds me of that weird-ass lady from, like, I think it was, like, what, Friday or Saturday or some shit? Where she's like, oh, I bet everyone, is trying to, like, get their groceries early and stuff like that. When it comes to, like, people shopping for the holidays. And she was like, oh, I guess it's because there's a holiday for some people out there. But not for me, do you at least get, federal holiday pay or something? And I'm just like, yeah. And it's like, at least you get something out of it. I'm just like, what the fuck? Okay. Like, yeah, at the end of the day, I mean, like, I'm going to be supportive of literally any federal holiday. Like, at the virtue that, yeah, I get federal holiday pay, and thus any worker, can. So, yeah, I'm going to be supportive of that just on that virtue. But, I mean, at the same time, it's like, why not anyway? Because just because it's like a holiday doesn't necessarily mean you have to celebrate it. I mean, yeah, it's like I kind of do a little bit just because, like, I mean, at the very minimal, like, yeah, like, it should be celebrated at the idea of, like, of liberating the policy and the normalization of the idea of slavery. That should be celebrated, of, you know, the fundamental idea of abolishing that and, you know, and liberating people who were slaves. Like, that should be something that should be celebrated. Yeah, some Karen bitch doesn't get anything about celebrating emancipation. Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, it doesn't necessarily direct to someone like me, but just because of the principle of the whole idea about the holiday, yeah, I mean, I celebrate in that sense, because, I mean, yeah, I mean, you know, basically the whole idea is, like, John Brown lives on, right? You know, it's like, I mean, you know, it's like, that's, you know, where it comes to me. It's like, I mean, the idea of slavery is abhorrent, and if we have a day, especially when it comes to America's emancipation of liberation of slaves, like, yeah, let's celebrate that shit, because it should be, at least to some extent, something to celebrate. I mean, you know, like, why not? I mean, at the very minimal, unless you got some problem with that, which, you know, like, I don't. Even if it's like something, even if, like, let's say I don't necessarily totally get the whole origins of it or whatever the hell, I mean, like, I won't really care either way, just because at the very virtue of, like I said, like, I support federal holidays, you know, being a thing, just because, like, you know, people like me get federal holiday pay. You know, like, workers get federal holiday pay, and that, you know, is a boost, you know, for their weekly paycheck, or at least their monthly salary in that, you know, given month, and helps give them a little extra income and helps them out a little. I mean, so I mean, the whole idea of, like, you know, some people being able to take some time out of their day to celebrate a holiday, and for people that maybe don't, or maybe do, but have to work anyway, being able to have at least some sort of compensation for that, and get a little some extra out of it. I mean, fundamentally, all of that should be, you know, seen as, like, celebratory. Because, like, it fundamentally, it benefits everybody to some extent, even if the whole holiday itself doesn't necessarily pertain to you. I mean, because to some extent, even if you're not working, I mean, like, you know, on that holiday, I mean, some jobs will even give you, like, the holiday pay, you know, for, you know, like, a full shift anyway, and will give you, like, you know, a little extra boost just from that alone, even if you aren't working that day. So it's just like, I mean, sometimes it's, I mean, like I said, it could be really a legit benefit, even if you don't give a fuck about the holiday. And there's plenty of federal holidays that I really don't give a shit about, and they can't even really think of the ones I don't care about to really, you know. But the ones that I do, like, you know, I think about them, and I at least, you know, have my own personal little, like, celebratory, like, hell yeah, I mean, glad we, you know, come this far because of these things, especially when it comes to something like Juneteenth. And honestly, I mean, it's, I don't know, I'm kind of shocked we haven't had something like that up until, what was it, like 2020? Was it 2020 or 2021 when that became a holiday? It was one of those years. I know, like, at least in some part of how that became a holiday was because of the Floyd protests. Which, at least I remember some of the discourse at that time about it, at least in my workplace, because some people in my work were like, oh, what, oh, so we get a holiday pay on this day? Okay, what is it? Oh, Juneteenth is, okay, whatever, I don't care, but cool, I guess I get federal holiday pay, I suppose. Like, I mean, that's pretty much how most people thought, but at least to some people that were aware about it, there was, you know, some discourse about it at the time. I think, at least, if I remember initially how it was, you know, established, it wasn't, like, openly said, like, it was about, like, the celebration of emancipation, even though, obviously, that's what it is. Like, because I think, I mean, so much of the whole, like, cultural, like, social, like, culture war bullshit, you know, that was, like, very dishonest and nefarious at that time, when it came to a lot of this type of shit, especially with the Floyd protests, you know, I think, kind of played a role a little bit about kind of, like, you know, misconstruing about what it was initially. Which, of course, you get people like, you know, that Karen bitch I was talking about, who, you know, be like, well, some people, I guess, celebrate it, the blacks do, but, you know, the good whites like me don't, because, So, I don't get paid for Juneteenth. My work doesn't follow federal holidays. They follow whatever holidays they pull out of their ass. Well, yeah, that's kind of shitty. I mean, it's kind of a sad thing about it. Like, I mean, like, not every company is going to, you know, like, give you those, like, federal holiday aspects of things. They'll just only give it to you if they grant you that, basically. Luckily, because of, you know, because of the union I'm in, at least, you know, some of the bare minimal standards is that, hey, you know, when it comes to holiday pay and stuff like that, that includes all holidays, when it comes to, like, federal shit, especially. I think it's mainly that, but I think if you, like, you know, have, you know, like, you know, maybe a local holiday or something like that, you know, as a thing, I mean, I think that is a possibility to get as well. But that's a little something more to, like, you would have to kind of, like, be fighting for a little bit in a sense. Because obviously, at least for a company like mine, they ain't gonna fucking really be open about giving you that. But for federal holiday pay, though, they have to. And at least they do. I'll give them that. Your smartphones with removable batteries are going to be making a comeback. The EU mandated it. Good. Fuck yeah. Honestly, about damn time. I remember the days where smartphones had removable backs. That was some good shit. Because honestly, like, every now and then that proved way more useful to solve issues than not. And I really want that back. Plus, if needed, you, like, I remember in high school, there was, like, this kid who was in percussion in a band. He literally had, like, a specialized, like, battery for his phone that was also the back for it, and also, like, you know, that was also, like, somewhat of a protective carrier, or a protective case for it. And it was, like, a mega super battery pack, where basically the charge would last for, like, a couple days. And I was just like, bruh, like, that shit is awesome. Because, I mean, you know, if you think about it, like, I mean, if you have, like, things like, you know, removable batteries and shit like that, you can have third parties, you know, available to where they can solve a lot of the issues when it comes to the problem of, you know, like, batteries, you know, just not lasting long. Like, because then you can have shit like that. Where, you know, you get people that, you know, can, you know, put out an innovative product where they have, like, a nice fat fucking battery to make your phone last for a long fucking time. And at the same time, you know, kind of, in some extent, I mean, it's, you know, provide, like, a somewhat protective barrier, because it also has, like, the back that surrounds the edge of the phone and everything, so it keeps it all secure. So it's just like, in a way, I mean, it's like, that shit needs to come back just for things like that, you know, alone. Because there would be different third parties that would be able to, like, you know, make things like the batteries themselves, you know, protect carriers, you know, and combining the shit, like, all these things, you know, just way better. But then, you know, like, you know, phones like mine right now, when it get all fucked up and basically hanging on a goddamn thin wire just because, like, it's damn nigh impossible to, like, you know, replace parts on the fucking thing, you know, unless you or, you know, able to find, like, you know, specialized or like some specialist or something, you know, or like the manufacturer itself, especially for something like Apple. And then even then, you know, you probably won't be able to get it fixed. So it's like, basically, it's like, you know, to some extent, I mean, I mean, all comes to planned obsolescence at the end of the day, but to some extent, you basically, you know, have to kind of, like, rock until the wheels fall off. Which, I mean, it's better in a way, because, like, I mean, if it's so planned obsolescence to the point where, like, the slightest little thing will fucking destroy it, or just, like, make it inoperable, then, I mean, you're not gonna make people come back to your fucking product. I mean, Apple is probably the best at, you know, of playing that fucking tightrope, because, like, their shit is so, like, garbage, but at the same time, like, you know, can, like, put out at least a, quote, decent enough product, and then, like, extort the fuck out of their fucking consumers for it. Actually, I've recently found out, like, their phones, like, if you actually consider the actual price of the manufacturing of those phones, realistically will actually cost more, about, like, between $400 to $500. And they're not that price at all. They make about $600 profit because they make them at, like, $1,000 or something like that at this point. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. I mean, it's insane. And the new VR is like, what, $3.5 grand? $3,500 for that, like, new VR set that it looks garbage and it looks like shit. I mean, it's like, wow. Like, I mean, they literally got the extortion racket, like, on lock. And the fucking weird simps for Apple will fucking, you know, be like, yes, yes, oh, please, give us a badge of approval and just let us have all the Apple products. Like, I mean, you're gonna get those motherfucking simps, you know, just still fucking going for that shit. Like weirdos. Like, my god. Here's the Apple badge of approval. Yes. Actually, it kind of reminds me of this one dude. I kind of watch every now and then. I think his YouTube channel is like Don't Panic. Don't Panic something. What's it called? Because he has like a little like rehabilitation, like duck farm and goose farm and stuff like that. But he has like the Department of Natural Resources that apparently, at least in Wisconsin or Michigan, wanted to. Well, unironically, like, fuck with him over stupid shit. And and honestly, like this little skits over it are pretty fucking hilarious. I'm gonna try to see if I can find one though. It doesn't help that I can't exactly remember what the specific name of the YouTube channel is. Oh, you know what? I was watching one of them recently. It'll be in my history. Ah, here it is. Oh, it's Don't Panic Button, Calm Down. That's the name of the channel. But here's one of them.
Wants to talk to you. Alright, fine. Send him back. Oh, yes. Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources. My badge.
Yes, my badge. Gives him the finger.
I was wondering when I was going to see you again. It's been over 2 weeks since you shut down my wildlife rehabilitation center and confiscated all my animals. What's up? All of the animals were in excellent health. You've done a wonderful job at maintaining and improving their health. I'm glad you agree with what the vet already told you. So can I get the animals back? I've got release dates scheduled. Back? Oh boy, once you were cleared of wrongdoing and the animal's health was addressed as superb, we euthanized them, as Wisconsin DNR legislation permits. You euthanized over 30 healthy, releasable wild animals? Of course, old boy. They were assessed over a holiday weekend. We didn't have the manpower to feed them on schedule, so the only humane thing to do was to euthanize them. You can only imagine the relief I feel at knowing Wisconsin wildlife's future is in such capable hands. Oh, sure, think nothing of it. By the way, you're free to open your wildlife rehabilitation center again. My badge.
My badge. Walks off. This guy's fucking hilarious, honestly. And the dude has like insane grip strength too. Like, I mean, there's like a few videos where he's like, he just will, I don't even know how, but like will fucking crush shit with his hands, and it's just insane. It's like, what? It's like, whoa. Here, let's see if I, oh, here we go. Here's another funny one. Like I said, this guy's actually pretty funny.
Hey, boss! Yes, Jay. What's with that weird face? Your wife wanted me to tell you that some of your videos lately have been a little risque. That means for adults.
Oh, for adults?
Going on? Who are you talking to? What do you mean, silly? There's no one here but us. Your wife just wanted to know if you could make a skit that's a little more G-rated. That means friendly for children. Quit. You're freaking me out. Can you give me my hammer, please? Sure thing. Do you see Boss's hammer? Right over your right shoulder. Over my right shoulder, you say?
Do you see Boss's hammer?
Don't make me kill you. Boss, you know
Don't
where
make
to
me
lead.
kill you.
And you say 25 to life?
Ay, chingada.
Chingada. That's Spanish, isn't it? Chingada is Spanish for...
Hey, no F-bombs in here. Oh, man.
Aww. I mean, I wish the YouTube Shorts would actually fucking show the full thing, because, I mean, man, that is annoying that you can't even see his fucking head. But, I mean, a lot of his skits are fucking great. And they keep recommending me a lot of the old ones, too, and, I mean, pretty much majority of them are just fucking great. Yeah, I want to see if I can find one more. Just one more fun one. Oh, yep, this one. This actually shows the whole grip strength thing. Like this guy got legit crazy grip strength.
Hey, boss. Mail call.
Sweet, what do we got today?
Handexer sent us our very own dynamometer.
Oh, nice. Is it better than the last one?
Well, it does the same thing as the other one. It's just a little bit sexier.
Really? You're right, this thing is a little sexier.
Only 140 this time, huh? Looks like you're falling off a bit.
I've been busy. I can't stand around all day with my cock in my hand.
I don't see why not. Just hold it down to your side first and squeeze as hard as you can. It'll give you a better reading that way.
It literally says 186.2, dude. That is actually legitimately fucking insane. That is insane grip strength, dude. Like, like, that is honestly pretty fucking crazy.
Remind me never to play grab ass with you.
Remind me to never play grab ass with you. Cause yeah, that grip strength on that ass is gonna be some grip strength. Oh my god, dude. I knew that one was gonna be good. Dude, the dude, like, it at least proves that the dude has, like, insane-ass grip strength. Like, it's honestly fucking wild. I can't even imagine that. I don't even think I would get in the hundreds, like gripping one of those things. At least I don't think I would. Because, damn. That shit whack. I've seen him literally, like, take a tiny little wood stump and, like, one of those, like, fucking axes that you, like, split logs with. He split, like, a small log with his literal fucking bare hands. How do you do that? he literally, like, broke apart a fucking pumpkin with his fucking bare hands. It's like, how do you do that shit? In fact, I know I saw that pumpkin one, like, sometime earlier today. I'm actually going to go back just so I can see if I can find it, because, I mean, that one literally was just like, whoa. It kind of, like, took me back. I was like, whoa, shit. Let's see if I can find it. Where is it? I know it's somewhere in these archive of shorts. Oh, no, not that one. Almost, but not that one. Ah, God damn it, I gotta do this. Ooh. Where it ought to be? Found one from our next. E. Yeah, I'll check that out here. I want to see if I can find that damn short. Where it all be? Should be in here, yeah?
Yep.
Oh, no. Not that one. You know what? Here, I bet I could do this. Since now I know the actual channel name. Don't panic. No. Word up. TB. Ah, here it is. Alright, we'll check out the more next one, but here, I found the Halloween thing. Because it was the pumpkin where he literally, like, look at this.
It's Halloween, this is Halloween.
Hey, boss.
Ah, Jay, want to help me carve the jack-o'-lanterns?
Jack-o'-lanterns? It's October 17th, boss. We're going Christmas decoration shopping.
But we haven't had Halloween yet.
Boss, you know that's not how the holidays work in America. If you wanted anything in Halloween decor, you needed to get it in September. We're in October now, which means we're in Christmas. We had Thanksgiving decor out at the beginning of October.
But we haven't had Halloween yet!
He literally crushed the fucking pumpkin. He crushed that fucker, dude. He's like, we haven't? Just like that face. Dude, that face was like, oh shit. Like, dude, honestly, I'm convinced this guy could literally crush a skull, dude. Like, if he, like, crushed someone's head, he could literally, like, you know, crush someone's brain out of their fucking skull. Like, I honestly am convinced he could do that.
So is that a no on the eggnog?
Damn it. Yes, I want the eggnog. Extra rum, please.
Extra rum, please. Oh, look at that little pile of kitties. But oh my god. No, that poor kid. No, shit. God's supposed to be illegal cameras. Oh my god. No, that poor kitten. He got pushed away from his brethren. Oh my god, that was the one who was knocked out the most, dude. That kid was knocked the fuck out, and he woke up just literally being pulled away from his brethren, bro. He woke up and he was like, what the fuck? What's going on? Oh no, that poor baby. Oh no. Dude, he literally was knocked the fuck out too. Look at him. Look at him, bro. He was knocked out and he woke up and just like, what the hell? He's way over there. Oh my god, that poor baby kitten. He was just vibing and just like in a deep slumber, and then this little fucking robot terrorist just pulled him away from his friends. Oh my god, that poor baby. He literally singled that one out too, dude. He singled the one out that was like the most zonked out and just pulled them away. Wow. Holy fucking shit. Oh my lord, that was just great. Oh, that was great. That poor kitten. That poor little baby. Just all like, it's like, what the fuck's going on? Oh shit! Oh, what the hell? Oh no! It's like I'm being pulled away from my friends, my siblings. Oh god! Oh my god, that poor little kitten. I'm just feeling that little kitten now. I just feel bad for that kitten. I vibe for that kitten. I empathize with that little baby. And my dog locked himself in the laundry room again. Wow. Seriously, bruh? Really, bruh? Wow. What little shit. What a little shit. Why are you so interested in corners? And locking yourself in like little caves? Are you even awake in there? You're probably knocked out. You probably was just like taking the fattest fucking nap. What a goof. Doggo is an absurd little goof. I can see his little tail poking out from under the door. Wow. I would show it, but you can't. You want to be able to see it, unfortunately. That's kind of the problem. I mean, I can, but I know the camera wouldn't. It kind of annoys me a little bit, because it's kind of cute. Look at his little tail just like, boop, like kind of poking out there at the little end. What a little goof. What a goofy little thing. Yeah. Let's see what else is going on, too. Is there, like, anything else happening? The Magus parody of itself. With the boycott in Kellogg's over a picture of Dylan Mulvaney with Tony the Tiger. You fucking kidding me, dude? So no Bud Light, no Chick-fil-A, no Cracker Barrel, and now no cornflakes. And also, cornflakes were initially made by Kellogg to be a way for boys to quit masturbating. Like, Kellogg was a legit far-right evangelical Christian psychopath. Like, he was actually fucking insane. He developed Kellogg, cornflakes specifically for that shit. Like, I mean, it has, like, a really dark underbelly when it comes to fucking Kellogg and shit, dude. Like, legitimately. I mean, like, there could be a whole tangent about, like, you know, the guy Kellogg himself. Because, I mean, the dude was unhinged. Like, I mean, I'm not a fish, quit hiccuping. But, oh my god, see, that works every time. What the fuck? But anyway, like, I mean, it's like the dude would, like, literally thought that, like, masturbation was, like, one of the more ultimate sins, and cornflakes was meant to be, like, a remedy to help, you know, like, get away from that type of shit. At least when it came to young boys and shit. That, and, like, you know, I think he was, if I remember, I'm pretty sure the dude was also, like, you know, so far extreme that the dude was, like, you know, willing to, like, say that, yes, we should, like, castrate people and shit. Like, I mean, or at least, I mean, just as a way to avoid jerking off, because that's, like, a abhorrent sin. Like, the Kellogg is insane. So, honestly, just because of who he is, you would think these motherfuckers would be, like, you know, gung-ho to support, you know, who he was. And, in fact, I'm pretty sure they do. But they think, you know, oh, Kellogg is just fallen out of what it used to stand for, which was insane, crazy shit and torture, practically. But, nonetheless, you know, I'm pretty sure they probably are making those points. Oh, God, you know, I'm sure sometime tomorrow or unironically might hear something about that. Because I guarantee you what, this is like a new thing. This happened, what, today? Like, this whole, like, announcement that Kellogg did with Tony Tiger. And, like, I'm assuming that happened, like, Monday, like, today. Or maybe even, yesterday, like, you know, fucking Sunday or something. Like, that happened pretty recently. So, oh, God, we're gonna hear about... Man, we can't even predict it. I honestly didn't even think Kellogg would be, like, their next victim. Like, oh my god. It's like, at this point, you can't even predict it anymore. Like, I mean, because we've done it a few times. Like, there's actually been times where we correctly predicted this shit. Like, when it came to their next outrage, like, there's been times where like, either I, Rose, or even you, Rip, like, where we have collectively, like, here on these streams, have, like, predicted, like, Nostradamus, their next fucking, like, outrage shit. Like, I'm honestly at the point where it's, like, it's starting to grasp at straws. Like, what the fuck else are they gonna get at? Like, what else do they have? Like, I mean, they've done everything under the book, practically. Like, I mean, they're running out of shit to get freaked out and wokeified over. It's like, fuck, dude. I'm starting to run out of ideas. It's like starting to get hard to predict their next move. I mean, it's the same shit, but it's like, it's hard to predict who they're gonna hit next. It used to be kind of easy because there were so many different things that if you just kind of threw some shit at the wall, chances are they were going to hit it. But nowadays, they've hit everything so much that they've even hit some shit twice or even 3 times over. Like M&M's. Like the M&M's thing was literally done twice over. At least. For sure. There's the initial thing where like they changed up the characters a little bit. And then there was like something else a little bit later where M&M's came back up again. And then like there was like Potato Head and like a few other things. Like there's a few times where they've literally done it like twice over. Like not just once, but we'll go back for second fill-ins. I mean, so it's kind of hard to predict this shit at this point. Like, I mean, what? Are they going to go after fucking M&M's again? Are they going to go after fucking Chick-fil-A because, you know, they tried to like retract, you know, whatever they apparently are like upset about them for and are going to get mad at them again? Like, or what? Like, I mean, what is it this time? I mean, it's going to be Walmart? Oh god, if it is, like, they got nothing left. Oh my god, if they hit Walmart, okay, you know what? That might be it. Oh my fucking god, if they start going after Walmart over this, for this woke bullshit, or whatever the fuck, they would practically have nothing left. Like, oh my god, dude. I don't know if it's going to be their next target, but Walmart is eventually going to feel it, dude. Walmart's probably next. I mean, you know what? I'm kind of feeling it in my gut, actually, yeah. You know what? I'm willing to make a prediction. Walmart will be like their next big fat target, you know, to hit. You might get like a couple like, you know, niche like right-wing extremists, you know, freaking out over, you know, a couple other things here and there. But when it comes to like a collective organized hit, oh, dude, I bet it would be Walmart, bro. Because, I mean, that is a strong predominant of, like, where conservatives in a lot of these, like, smaller town places, you know, consume, you know, buy shit, right? So, like, I mean, dude, I wonder, like, yeah, dude, you know, I think that might be it for, like, a big national hit, you know, when it comes to this whole thing. Because, I mean, a lot of them propagandists, like, you know, to the Matt Walsh types, you know, the Ben Shapiro types, etc., like, they basically are openly saying at this point, like, we're not going to focus on, like, you know, all of the above approach. We're going to focus on, like, one company or, like, one group and just hit them one after the other. Like, I mean, because they're like, oh, now we got Bud Light and we focused on that predominantly. And that was a, quote, success in their mind. So now they went with Target and now they're going to basically just do one by one, you know, instead of just, like, going all over the place with it. So, I mean, you know, you might get some niche groups that might, like, kind of freak out about some shit here and there. But I think when it comes to, like, the next big organized hit, I feel like, you know, Walmart might be it. I feel like there might be something else, too, potentially. But, I mean, for at least, like, a big national recognized company, I think Walmart might be it, honestly. I mean, it could be a gun manufacturer, too. I mean, there was kind of, like, a tiny niche hoopla with some of these guys about... You know, what was it? I think Winchester or some shit. You know, like, they might be getting woke. Like, they kind of, like, you know, try to say something about it, but there was literally nothing there, so it never went anywhere. But, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily be too surprised if that even happens. Where they're going to look at, like, Remington or Winchester or SIG or some other shit and be like, oh my god, they got woke. Because I'm waiting for that. Because as soon as that shit gets, like, big, oh my god, dude. I cannot wait for, like, all these weird gun nuts to, like, turn over their Remingtons because they went woke. Or maybe Winchester because they went woke. Or whatever the fuck. Oh my god, it would be great. Or they all just start selling them to, like, you know, fucking... Like, you know, or just doing a gun buyback. Like, oh, this Remington's woke. I don't even want it. Gun buyback it. Take it. I don't want it. It's woke. Oh my god, dude. Man, when that happens, holy shit, I'm gonna be laughing my ass off, like, to the point where I might die. Like, I might just die laughing. Like, the synopsis and the autopsy of my death will literally be death by laughter. Like, that might make me die of laughter. Because, oh my god, when that happens, holy shit, it would be a glorious, hilarious day indeed. Because, imagine, like, some of these weirdos that will make videos like turning in their guns or like even shooting them or destroying them or whatever. Dude, imagine all the weird videos and like the fucking social media shit around it. Oh my god, it would be mwah. I mean, dude, everyone would get down with that shit. I mean, I'd get down with it. I know you would. Like, everybody would. Like, dude, I mean, it'd be good. It'd be glorious. It'd be amazing. But it has to be, like, one where, like, most of them own. Like, it has to be, like, you know, Glock. You know, like, who makes most, like, oh my god, the AR-15 platform is literally so, like, universal. Like, pretty much every fucking company makes that shit. It's gonna be hard to fucking narrow that down. But, like, I mean, it's like, I mean, but whatever, like, Ruger or something. I mean, like, one of these fucking companies, like, a big one that you know a lot of these guys own, you know, when it comes to, like, you know, pistols or rifles or whatever the fuck, it has to be one of them. And, I mean, it has to be, like, a big name that a lot of them love. I mean, I know Glock is, like, a big thing they love. I mean, SIG, fucking Armalite, I mean, they were the ones who originated the AR-15 at least. I mean, it literally means Armalite Model 15. But either way, but like, you know, it's like you got like these big ass companies, and it's like not one of them has jumped the gun yet. I mean, especially considering the social environment, like you would think they would be like taking advantage of it and maximizing their fucking profits over it, but I mean, I guess not. But considering they're gun manufacturers anyway, I mean, blood money is what they love, so you would think they would be doing it, but they haven't, I guess. Mainly because I guess the predominant, like, consumers of their shit is, unfortunately, a lot of these weird right-wing fucks. So, they don't bite the bait. Or at least they don't make them bite the bait, I should say. Because the thing is, they'd still be successful. They ain't want to go bankrupt. They want to die off or anything. In fact, I guarantee you, within months' time, they would go back to buying that shit in the first place. So, it happened with Bud Light. Like, I mean, you know, we still see some shit with Bud Light right now when it comes to this, like, whole fucking, whoa, it's all woke or whatever the fuck. But most people at this point just stopped giving shit or going back to buying their 24 packs of Bud Light at this point. Like, they had their little spiff, but now they're back to buying the same Bud Light that they were drinking, you know, a month ago. Or 2 months ago, right? Like, I mean, most people just stopped giving a fuck. Like, they have their little spiff and they have their little boycott, but then they move on and stop giving a fuck. Like, I mean, eventually it would be one of those type of situations. I mean, it was the same thing for, like, what was that coffee thing where even Sean Hannity was, like, having a segment about trying to boycott that shit? What was it? Fucking, like, I forgot the name of the company, but it was, like, what, like, one of those coffee brands, you know, whatever the fuck. You know, or at least, like, the coffee brewer machines or whatever the hell. What was it? Keurig? Or Keurig. It was Keurig. Like, it took me a second, but it was Keurig. And a fucking, like, there was a whole big hoopla over that shit. I mean, and what was it? Like, not even, like, less than a month after that shit, like, they just stopped caring. I mean, it's just, it just literally be one of those type of situations where, like, they will have a spiff for a while, but will stop giving a fuck. They'll move on and just, like, go back to, you know, using that same type of shit as business as usual. Because they can't get out of their habit. Like, as much as they want to try to, like, make a hoopla and change their habits, fundamentally, at the end of the day, they can't help themselves. They have to, like, you know, stick to their same routine because they just are unable to, you know, consider the idea of adapting when it comes to a lot of these weird conservative, closed-minded chuckle fucks. The idea of adapting and overcoming and shit, as much as they also want to boast about that and consider how it's like so masculine and you know a big strength, you know, and to like be a survivalist and adapt and overcome and, you know, blah, blah, blah. Like they are literally like the biggest like bitches when it comes to trying to actually fucking do that. Like, they can't actually truly adapt and overcome, because if so, they would stay principled with these boycotts and move on to other products or other companies and shit and actually stick to their convictions, but they don't. Like, they'll fucking, you know, like break their backbone and fucking cower and just go back to the same type of bullshit after a certain amount of time because, like, they really got nothing else. Like, at a certain point, you know, they just, like, can't really, like, sustain, you know, the alternative because it sucks. There isn't a good alternative. Like, because the big mainstream thing, frankly, kind of works way better. I mean, at least considering there isn't any good alternative. At least for the most part, especially when it comes to a lot of these products. And even then, there is a lot of alternatives for those products, but yet, you know, they just are very stuck with those type of things, and they just can't adapt their taste, basically. You know, whether because they can't adapt their taste from the Bud Light they drink all the time, or adapt their taste because, you know, they just are so loyal to Keurig or whatever the fuck. Like, I mean, you know, they, like I said, they don't give a shit. It's all just emotional fee-fees. That's all they're about. They have projected their insecurities. I mean, fundamentally, a lot of reasons why a lot of these people, like, have their outrage about the shit like they do is because of some internalized insecurity about themselves. I mentioned it a couple times in the last, like, stream or two, because I think it's honestly legit, like, a very prevalent thing about a lot of people who happen to be, like, boomers, or at least, you know, not necessarily just, like, generational, but, like, people who are very interwoven into this very conservative mindset. A lot of it is, frankly, based off, you know, some sort of an insecurity that's more internalized and deep-rooted into that individual. I mean, frankly, I mean, a lot of people that I've seen who are more conservative-leaning tend to, frankly, have, like, some sort of thing like that going on in their life. Whether it's, like, some sort of financial aspect of things, or not feeling satisfied with the successes that they do have because they have, like, some hole that they just can't fill, you know, because they don't really know how to fill it necessarily because of the shit they were taught, or because of, like, you know, some sexual or gender insecurity. I mean, it could literally be a plethora of different things, or even a multitude of that shit. And it, like, in a lot of ways, you know, kind of consumes them in a sense of where it can't necessarily be just some, you know, them that is, like, you know, having the issue with it. It has to be, like, society that is, like, you know, trying to, like, indoctrinate me or groom me or fucking, like, you know, propagandize this idea and shit where, you know, I'm actually potentially have these feelings, but, you know, just been growing up or have been, you know, ingrained to think that it's wrong or not good, or I just don't understand it because I've never been properly taught about, like, you know, how to come to terms with these type of feelings and shit. I mean, it's like, whatever the root of that is, I mean, it all kind of comes down to that type of shit. Where these type of people, frankly, just have legit, like, an insecurity about, like, some form about themselves. And especially with this whole, like, anti-trans thing going on, I mean, a lot of them are pretty boisterous about their sexual insecurities. So there's definitely a lot of that going on. But it ain't just that. I mean, like I said, if anything, it could be a multitude of these things. So, I mean, in a lot of ways, I mean, it might just be the current scapegoat now, but a part of the reason why a lot of those type of people have those type of thoughts is probably due to also financial instability and other factors, you know, as well. Like loneliness, too, and, you know, just the fact that there's less time, you know, available for people versus, you know, like, you know, time to work and shit. I mean, it's just, you know, these different factors like that that feed into these type of, you know, insecurities and behaviors that, you know, people have and shit. And the thing is, you know, just because someone has an insecurity doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to fall into that type of trap, but it's, you know, definitely something that, you know, a lot of the ideology of conservatism really grasps onto and is able to, unfortunately, manipulate, you know, a lot of people into just because of those type of things. Because obviously there's, you know, plenty, and, like, honestly, a lot of people do have, you know, some insecurity one way or another, but most people can recognize that, you know, it's not some sort of thing where people have to be, like, scapegoated by or some shit. Or, you know, realize that it's not necessarily just, like, you know, strictly a societal thing. Here, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick, but I'll be right back. Ugh. We'll see if we can check out some other stuff on the tube and stuff. Hey, boo-boo. What are you doing in here? A little stretch. Yeah. Knowing you, you're gonna close that door again. Why are you just standing over there? Come here. Sit. Sit in your chair. Come here. Sit in your chair. Come here. Hey. There you go. Don't knock it over. Goof. What? What? What, you want something? What, you want a treat? What? What is it? What, you want this? Whose ears perked up? Paw? Come on. Here you go. What, you literally would rather eat it over there? Okay, what is up with this dog, bro? Seriously? Well, mutt is weird. What a little weird mutt. Okay. Well, let's see what other little things we gotta look at. Good to say, I've seen something to look at here in a sec. Since piece for fake Iowa supporters? Oh my god. Wow. You know what? I'm actually, getting more and more convinced by the day that DeSantis is not gonna make it. He literally has to pay for fake supporters. You have to pay for fake ass, like, grifters, that just, like, do your little weird support and dirty work. Bruh. You sad bitch. At least Trump didn't have to do any of that shit. In fact, I don't even really think a lot of politicians do that shit. This happened, but not really that often though. Like, you'll definitely get like politicians that like have like their fans or like specific base to kind of like prop up like an audience or a speech and shit, but like to overtly just be like, well, I guess I only have like 20 people showing up. I need to like make this like a few hundred. So let me like hire a bunch of actors, like literal actors, to like fucking like go in and pretend to be fans. It's like, bruh, dude. I mean, it's one thing to have like, like a more inclusive little thing going on, but like a full-on fucking like that fucking grift, like, bruh, that's just straight pathetic. Has even Jeb Bush or any of these other weirdos like have done this shit before? I don't even think so. Man, wow. You really ain't gonna go far it. Like the only thing it really like DeSantis has going for him is like, oh, I have results of being anti-woke. I'm anti-woke, y'all. But like so many people are just like sick of that shit outside of like the weird like niche base of like Trumpies, conservative fucking DeSantis freaks, that like there ain't no real way to fucking like expand that shit further than what it's already like at this point. Outside of like slowly but surely bleeding away. So I mean that ain't gonna work. It doesn't have any real results that are like seen as populist or outsider, so to speak, when it comes to literally anything else. So it's like this, the fucker got none. I mean mean, honestly, I mean, just because Trump has the whole indictment thing and the fact that he was president at one point, you know, previously for a term, I mean, he at least has that going for him, and most of the people that normally would support DeSantis support him. Especially now, considering the whole indictment thing, so... DeSantis ain't just... he ain't going fucking nowhere. Like, all these weird Republicans, you know, in the primary are going to basically run on the idea of trying to pardon Trump. Considering the indictment thing. And then you're going to get Trump over there being like, oh yeah, nah, I ain't gonna fuck back down. Oh my god, dude, these Republican primaries are going to be brutal, bro. They're going to be fucking brutal. Man. And I'm here for it. I want it. Like, I want it to be brutal. I want it to, like, literally be like sharks, you know, cannibalizing each other, like, in the fucking blood-soaked sea, dude. 2016 Clown Car Round 2. That's what's gonna be going on, basically. I mean, and you know what? Like I said, I'm here for it. I want that. Like, I really legit want that, because it would be fucking great, bro. To just see the fucking clown show and just, oh my god. Good riddance. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, because really think about it. Like, those primaries are going to predominantly be a lot of different Republican candidates trying to say that, you know, I'm going to defend Daddy Trump so they can bleed that base, you know, into their support, or basically do weird woke bullshit. Like, I mean, they basically are going more fringe by the day, and they aren't selling, you know, that shit to, like, the normies or the centrists and shit. Like, I mean, like, what they're doing now isn't exactly, like, you know, winning hearts and minds. Like, they're solidifying the ones that already are sold on it. But even then, there's going to be a few people, you know, every now and then, I mean, every day practically, that will slowly bleed away from that. Like, I mean, I'd argue, like, every day there's at least, like, a couple people, you know, that are like, alright, what the fuck, damn. I just had reality hit me in the face and I realized that this is bullshit, what the hell. Yeah, it's like, I mean, you will get a couple people, like, pretty much every day that are going to be having that shit. Because, like I said, like, this isn't winning people over. The more they go more extreme with this shit, the more they, like, bleed themselves out. And like I said, and like you're saying, good fucking riddance. I mean, you know, because if there is anything about, like, this extremist shit going on, I mean, the silver lining is that, like, it's only expanding because, like, they're getting more louder. It's not that, like, more people are believing their shit. I mean, so that's at least, you know, a silver lining about it. It's just that it's, you know, more people are getting turned off from it. It's not that, like, you know, they're somehow, you know, getting more mainstream. Though the Overton windows shifted so much to the right to where it's seen as acceptable to let the be mainstream, where you have, like, DeSantis supporters literally waving legitimate, original, OG, like, Third Reich era Nazi flags. So it's like, I mean, we're in a fucking crazy, unstable political climate, but, I mean, like I said, though, most people don't want that. I mean, even a lot of progressive lefty types don't necessarily want that either, so it ain't winning hearts and minds. The more they do shit like that, the more people get turned off from, you know, that type of ideology and that type of shit. It's also why you see so many right-wingers, too, you know, calling shit like that, like, psyops, or their plants, or they're, like, Antifa ancients, or shit like that. I mean, because it undermines, you know, like, because if you got people who are that brazen about shit like that, it undermines their whole idea and their whole philosophy, and even though they also support it. I mean, it's just like an Ouroboros. Like, they just can't help but eat each other out. No pun intended. Like, I was actually watching a Status Quo clip, like, after this whole diamond thing from some Trump supporters in East Palestine, I'm pretty sure, like, in Ohio, and, like, one of them literally said that, like, these whole, like, you know, literal open Nazis that have been, like, you know, doing their shit, like, at these protests, whether at, like, drag shows or at, like, Disneyland or wherever the hell, Like, the dude literally said, "Nah, they're literally are all plants." Like, every fucking Nazi, apparently, in the country is a plant to these fucking, to at least, some of these guys. I mean, that's how far they're willing to try to, like, deflect from the ship, despite literally, being, like, on the same side as these guys. And the guy that was saying that had a Confederate flag and was waving that shit around. So, neo-Confederate, saying that neo-Nazis are nothing more than plants. Literally all of them. Even though, like, neo-Confederates and neo-Nazis basically work side by side and more often than not. So, a little curious with that one. Which shows how much, like I said, they're willing to deflect from the shit. Because they don't care. I mean, if anything, as much as they're, stupid and fucking, like, Neanderthalic and shit, I mean, they literally think the rest of society and everyone else, is stupid and stunted. And they think they got, like, some sort of, like, wool pulled over everybody. But they really don't. They're a fucking fool, in comparison, to everyone. They're literally the village jester. They're the village clown that everyone laughs at. And that's what they literally should be seen as. Because that's what the fuck they are. Like my dog's prepping a little spot to get in the way. Wow. What a ridiculous little mutt. Well, get over here. Hey. Whatever, he'll grab it. Seriously, I can't get it. Like, it's all you, dude. You don't even have to work for it. Go get it. Little sidewinder. Wow. What a little sidewinder. He grabbed it, looked up for a second, stared at me, and literally ran off. What the fuck? He knew what he was doing. Little deviant little bastard. How did you eat that so quick? God, now he's just giving me a hardcore stare down. I'm honestly kind of shocked you eat that so fucking quick. What the fuck? Man, what a little garbage disposal. Jesus Christ. Man. He was kind of a turd earlier, too. Tried to let him out, like, before I went to work, and because it was wet, and with, like, all the hail that happened from yesterday, like, there was, like, all the leaves and everything on the ground, and, of course, they're all wet, so everything's just, like, soaking. And this fucking dog just cannot stand anything being wet. Like, he just refuses to go outside. Like, the last few days, he just refuses. He's just like, no. Like, he'll go outside for like a second, and then he'll like immediately run back inside. But not enough to do, the business. It was all prick, dude. Last few days, he's been a little shit, man. Leave a little presents by the fucking door. It's like, what a jerk. It's like, I mean, there's no reason for him to be doing it, but yet, because he knows, like, this dog legit knows. He knows better. Like, he's smart enough. But no, he wants to be a little shitbag, knows I go to work, and just make me have to clean up a fucking mess every day. Like, it's honestly annoying, dude. Like, I hate it when, like, I know he hasn't done his deuce, you know, before I go to work, because I know every time I go on my first break, I gotta deal with that. Because it's so annoying. I will say at least a good chunk of the time it's not smelly, but man, bro. I need to, like, document, like, what I feed him, honestly, because, I mean, the times that you know, like, he has some raunchy deuces and that just smell, it's like, oh god. I need to remember what I feed him the day before just so I can avoid this. Because, my god, dude. He's not really that bad. Like, honestly, surprisingly, he's not really that bad of a smelly dog when it comes to just him being a dog. Like, even if he's, like, you know, wet, you know, been outside, I mean, that wet dog smell, he doesn't even smell that bad even with that. He's honestly really a bad smelling dog, even when it comes to, like, you know, his business. But, oh no, dude. There's always an exception to the rule. Always. And of course, he's one of those little fuckers. And when he is the exception of the rule, oh my god. It actually, like, knocks me out. Like, it literally makes me, like, to the point where I might as well be sick of the flu or something. He's actually made me puke a few times. And that's impressive. Like, I got, like, an iron stomach, but he's actually done that to me before. It's like, that is legitimately, like, something that can be only achieved by a canine. Honestly, like, even, like, the cats have never been that bad, and they're bad, dude. Like, when Bandit used to, like, you know, be around, and when our litter box is over here and shit, and you use that, there's been some, I mean, there'd be on stream where there'd be times where I'm like, oh, fuck, Bandit. And I would have to, like, you know, find some way to mask the smell, because it would just be so fucking stanky, dude. Because Bandit was just that boy. But even then, I wouldn't puke. It would just be horrible for a minute. Eventually, it would go away, or I get used to it. One of the two. But fuck, man. That's just kind of consequence of having pets. But, I mean, I guess on one hand, I wouldn't trade it at all for a second. Because I love my kitties, and I love my doggo. And I'm a guy that would, like, have goats and horses and stuff like that, too. So just imagine, like, the smells and the, you know, bodily functions I have to deal with that, if I had to deal with that. I mean, that would be extra level of just like, bruh. I mean, like, cause imagine if I had, like, a property enough to have, like, a couple horses on, like, imagine, like, the chores I would have to do just to maintain their asses. Like, it would have to, like, I'd have to set every day at least 2 hours or more just, like, you know, taking care of them. And that includes picking up after them. And you know that is going to be ridiculous. And huge. Like, it's going to be like a bonk. It's just going to be like this big old pile. It's like, oh god. But even then, I wouldn't even trade it. Because, I mean, I like being around animals. I mean, like, you know, just, for me, in a way, it's kind of like therapy, in a sense. Like, I mean, I like, you know, interacting and, you know, hanging out with animals more so than people, in a sense, I guess. But mostly just because, like, I mean, you know, it's like, they're chill. I mean, like, if an animal vibes with you, I mean, they vibe with you, and, you know, it's awesome. Like, I mean, you can't really, you know, take that away, right? So it's like, I mean, especially if you have a couple, you know, that you have as pets or, you know, that you take care of, I mean, it can be fun. And at least, kind of gives a sense of responsibility and, like, confidence of, like, yeah, I can take care of the animals and myself. So, I mean, in a way, it's also at least, kind of a sense of, like, confidence boost and knowing that, like, I'm capable of, taking care of things that are alive and shit. On top of, being able to, recognize that, could be done for yourself as well. I mean, so in a way, they're kind of like confidence boosters. And, like, in a sense, kind of like, reaffirming of, like, one's, like, secureness of themselves. It's also why I love having Zukov around. I mean, he's really been such an improvement, when it comes to just my mental health in general. Let alone just, like, everything else. Even though you could be a little shitbag. You have been the last 2 days. But despite that, I mean, he's still a sweet boy and I wouldn't trade him for anything else. I mean, if anything, I would add to him. I still want to give him a little companion to be with. At some point, like, I'll eventually want to get another dog. Just so Zukov can have a little companion. But, I mean, that's like something that's going to be more long-term. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess depending on how the situation, in the future, the next, like, year or two works out, that might be more sooner than not. But, I mean, all in all, I'm definitely going to at least, wait a little bit. I'm not going to be like my friend Logan and get 2 at once and realize how much of a chore and how insane that would be. Because I'm not even going to lie, dude. When I got Zukov, I was actually legit kind of tempted to get his sister too. Like, because, I mean, she was really cute and a little sweetie and, she was being trusting of me and, was kind of, bonding with me too. And I was just like, man, I want to take her too. I was like, man, I want both of them. And there was a part of my brain that was like, you can do it. Just do it. Just do it. But, no. I knew, like, in every fiber in my atomic being, and every atomic particle in me knew that that wasn't going to be good. Just on the virtue of just seeing Logan have to deal with his 2 dogs. I mean, they're both sweet and I love them, but, I mean, I think, the fact of, like, how they are behaviorally versus Zukov is, I think that kind of shows as to, like, how overwhelming it can be. So, I mean, doing it one at a time like I am is honestly better. Because it really is way easier to deal with Zukov just, him on its own versus, like, 2. Like, if there was 2 of him, oh my god. Oh, dude, it would just be a nightmare and a half. It'd be double the deuces, double the walks, double the food. It would be double everything. I mean, so it's why I'm, like, want to make sure that shit is, like, later down the line. Because, I mean, if I did that now, it would not be good. And it wouldn't be good for either of them, honestly. Zukov's got it good right now. And he would get it better eventually, but, he still has it, at least pretty good. It was just grooming himself, and then he just sensed that I was looking at him. He just like, he just did that. He just, like, stopped. It just, like, froze there for a second. He's like, huh? What are you looking at? What are you doing, huh? What are you looking at me for? What a little goober. What a little goob. Oh, that would explain why. Damn. That is a weird ass old resin thing just sticking on the bottom of this. There's another one too. Guess that's why, yeah, this shit has not been balanced. Honestly, how in the hell? Okay, that fell on the ground, whatever. Honestly, how in the hell did this happen? I guess just because of resume on the desk? I think we'll have a little more gainer on too. See what else is going on. Oh my Jesus fucking Christ. I refresh it and the first things is that Titanic submersible fucking sub again. Dude, what is with mainstream media's like obsession about like weird ass little like inconsequential like fucking phenomena like this and like, you know, shit that happened, like, you know, oh, like, you know, flight, what was it, like that Malaysian flight, what was it, like Malaysian 193 or whatever the fuck, like you have like that plane that disappeared and like fucking CNN literally had like 2 weeks of just constantly just not shutting the fuck up about it, and now we have like this like sub. Which, I mean, at least from what I understand about, like, you know, the subs themselves that this company was using, you know, being not exactly, like, up to par when it comes to, like, you know, safety standards and shit, among other issues. It's like, I mean, I feel like, you know, the whole situation is kind of self-explanatory, but yet, I honestly guarantee you that is not what's going to be, like, predominantly discussed. It's just like, oh, like, you know, are we going to be able to find it? Are they going to be alive? And, like, basically, like, all these other weird, like, inferences about, like, this whole thing and just nothing but pure speculation while the search is underway, you know, for the wreckage. It's like, what the fuck? Like, why is this so fucking prominent? I mean, it's like, I mean, like, I'm just gonna be blunt. At the end of the day, I don't really feel that bad for these, like, tourists, like, because, one, why is there, like, you know, weird-ass, like, tourism for a fucking, like, wreck that happened, like, 100+ years ago? Like, it just seems weird. And also, considering that they were skirting fucking, you know, the lines and shit, you know, and, like, you know, cutting corners, and people are stupid enough to fucking still, like, go out of the way to, like, experience this, knowing those it's like, what the fuck? I mean, it's just like, I mean, there's a lot of, like, what the fuck, you know, shit about it, more so than just, like, you know, opium about it. Like, it just seems more of, like, an indictment about, like, you know, different things, you know, when it comes to, like, safety standards, you know, like, you know, regulations about, like, you know, equipment and things like that. Like, I mean, just seems more like an indictment more so than anything else. I guarantee you, those type of things are not being discussed specifically. Which is frankly kind of bullshit, because at least everything that I've seen about it so far does not mention about, like, you know, the, like, improper maintenance and, like, the safety conditions of the submarines and amongst everything else. And it's like, they don't mention that shit. It's like, man, what the fuck? I guarantee you we're gonna hear about that whole missing sub for the rest of the week. At least until it's recovered. And even once it's recovered and found, it's still gonna be like another week at least of them constantly not shutting the fuck up about it. Oh my god, dude. I mean, that's what just annoys me about it more than anything. It's like, what the fuck? Especially considering, like, all the other, like, serious issues that are going on right now. Like, if I remember, I also saw, like, some tidbits about, like, some shootings that happened today. Apparently there's a few. So, it's like, I'm sure there's probably going to be some information about that, you know, coming up. But, nonetheless, they'd rather talk about a missing sub. Not about the shootings around Juneteenth, you know, considering, you know, the holiday itself and the fact that there are people who are so racist and psycho and shit that are willing to do a fucking shooting over it. You know, or for whatever fucking reason it happened to be. Like I said, there was at least a couple. But, anywho, I think I'll get myself some food. Not that fun stuff, so. Well, let's call it good for the rest of the evening. It's been kind of a slower, dead evening tonight, but, you know, hey, made the most of it, so. Look it. Anyway, peace out, and of course, I shall see you all in that next one, so, a toodaloo.